Chapter 23:13. After Lin Suyin finished speaking, she snuggled up to Su Yun and said, "I didn't even dare to think that you would come to the Three Lotus Association again. I never expected that you would come to the Three Lotus Association again. Now that you're here, you need the Three Lotus Association to help you. This is an opportunity that I've wanted for my entire life." "You don't owe me anything." Su Yun smiled. "It was just a small effort from a long time ago. You really don't have to keep it in mind. It may be a simple task for you, but it's not for me. It's not for the Three Lotus Association either. It's a life-saving grace for the Three Lotus Association." Lin Suyin said, "My father said that if you need the help of the Three Lotus Association one day, the Three Lotus Association will do everything we can to help you. I'm willing to give up everything for you." Su Yun said indifferently, "You've already helped me a lot. I'm already very grateful." "Suyin, don't be like this. It'll make me feel restricted. That means you haven't treated this place as your home." Lin Suyin suddenly stood on her tiptoes and threw herself into Su Yun's arms. The sense of security that Su Yun could give her made her unable to extricate herself. Ever since Su Yun came, Lin Suyin had been suppressing her feelings. Now, she really couldn't suppress her feelings anymore. She didn't want to continue like this. Even if Su Yun didn't accept it, she wanted to express everything that she wanted to express without hesitation. She also wanted to show him everything that she wanted to show him. She wanted Su Yun to know that there was always someone in her heart. That person was him. He had always occupied the softest part of her heart. She couldn't erase him from her heart. No matter how long, no matter where, no matter what danger she encountered, she would always be with him. "Suyin, don't think too much. Everything will be resolved." Su Yun realized that if this continued, it would be too easy for something to happen. After all, this was a man and a woman alone in a room. Moreover, Chao Kai-yu was also staying. If any movement was heard by that kind of person, rumors would quickly spread. The one who would suffer a loss of reputation would be Lin Suyin. Su Yun couldn't ruin her reputation just because he lost control for a moment. Su Yun knew all too well that he couldn't give Lin Suyin anything. He couldn't promise her anything. To Su Yun, Lin Suyin would always be a passerby in his life. Their only intersection existed on Great Bend Island. Whether it was now or in the future, it would be impossible for Su Yun to stay on Great Bend Island and Lin Suyin the future. After all, the Three Lotus Association was the Lin family's everything. Everything, the Three Lotus Association, was the Lin family's everything. Therefore, there shouldn't be any feelings between the two of them. Once there was such a thing, the two of them would be hurt. Therefore, Su Yun would never allow himself to make such a mistake. It would only make Lin Suyin more heartbroken. It wouldn't bring her any help. Go back and rest early. Su Yun, as for the person beside Chao Kai-yu, I want to meet him alone tonight. If he can help us, it would be for the best. If he can't help us, then I can't be polite with him." Lin Suyin tried to suppress her emotions. She also realized that she was too impulsive just now. She didn't care about the consequences. If he can't help us, Chao Kai-yu is a big threat. We have to find a way to control him. Yes. Su Yun, we can't let something be ruined by Chao Kai-yu. Don't worry, I have a way. Then I'll go back first. Lin Suyin put away her impulsiveness and left Su Yun's room in a panic. She really didn't know what happened to her just now. She actually did such an impulsive thing. Although Lin Suyin didn't regret it after this matter, she really felt that it was particularly inappropriate. No matter what, it made people feel awkward and uncomfortable. Fortunately, Su Yun didn't seem to care about all this and didn't give her too much pressure. In the middle of the night, when almost everyone had fallen into a deep slumber, Su Yun made his move. A silver shadow flashed, and the long-haired young man who had been guarding the door of Chao Kai-yu's room suddenly opened his eyes. He was very surprised. At this time, there was actually such a master's activity. Just when the long-haired young man was questioning in his heart, the silver shadow flashed in front of him again. This made the long-haired young man even more surprised. This person's speed was so fast that people could only catch the afterimage. This was an opponent he hadn't encountered for a long time. The foundation of Flying Ape Fist was eyesight. Only when your eyes were fast enough can you drive the speed of your movements. Just now, the Silver Shadow's speed exceeded his eyesight, so he could only see the afterimage. The long-haired young man realized that since he was born, he was afraid that he had never seen anyone with such speed. This was definitely a provocation and challenge to him. Just when the Silver Shadow appeared for the third time, the long-haired young man followed without hesitation. With his current speed, it was unlikely that he could catch up to that person, but as long as he was targeted, the other party wouldn't be able to escape so easily. Speed was something he was best at, and he didn't think that he would lose to anyone. This wasn't a kind of pride, but a kind of self-confidence, an endless stream of self-confidence. This kind of self-confidence wasn't something that could be obtained at any time. This kind of self-confidence was cultivated over the years, and that kind of explosive power could only be obtained through years of practice. In the forest, there was a kind of bird that flew very fast. Its speed could be said to be completely comparable to a car. Even if this kind of bird flew in front of him, as long as he wanted to catch it, he would definitely be able to catch it. This was his ability, this was his strength. That was why he dared to directly follow. He believed that his explosive power wouldn't lose to the other party. When the Silver Shadow arrived at the small lake 100 meters away from the back courtyard and stopped, the long-haired young man finally saw it clearly. He suddenly realized, "It's you?" "It's me." Su Yun smiled slightly. "Your speed is really fast." Swimming Dragon Steps combines the advantages of treading water subtle steps and lightning transformation, and you can still catch up. It seems that Flying Ape Fist's speed training requirements are definitely not ordinary. "What's your goal?" The long-haired young man said coldly. "If you're coveting Flying Ape Fist, then don't waste your time. Flying Ape Fist isn't something that people like you who live in the city can practice. Don't waste your time." Su Yun didn't get angry because of the long-haired young man's cold words. Instead, he smiled. "Of course I know that Flying Ape Fist isn't something that people who live in the city can practice. That's why I'm interested in you." "Me?" The long-haired young man's face changed. "That's right. Su Yun, the successor of Flying Ape Fist, of course I'm interested. My name is Su Yun. If you don't mind, let's shake hands. Putting aside the issue of our positions, we just want to be friends." After Su Yun finished speaking, he stretched out his hand in front of him. The long-haired young man stared blankly. He never thought that there would be a day like this. He never thought that he would have a friend. Because from the day he started practicing Flying Ape Fist, he was destined to only be friends with apes for the rest of his life. Therefore, when Su Yun suddenly stretched out his right hand in front of him, he felt a strong sense of disbelief. He didn't dare to believe what he was facing right now. "My name is Feng Shou. Master gave it to me," the long-haired young man said. Su Yun didn't ask too much about who his master was. That kind of thing would make the other party feel annoyed. "Feng Shou, this name is really quite interesting." After Feng Shou left the forest, this was the first time someone had praised him. He forced a smile on his face. It wasn't that he didn't want to use a smile to express something, but that he really didn't know how to make such an expression. "I'm really curious. Why did you become Qiao Wu Ye's bodyguard?" "Su Yun, this isn't something that a successor of Flying Ape Fist should do, right?" Feng Shou lowered his head and sank into silence. Of course, he knew that this wasn't something he should do, but he had no choice. He had no choice but to leave the forest. Living in seclusion in the forest is the basic requirement to practice Flying Ape Fist. "Su Yun, if you leave, it will affect you. Why did you do this?" Chapter 23:14. Feng Lu's face was expressionless. After a few seconds of silence, he said, "I don't need other people to interfere with my business. Don't worry, I don't have any intentions of meddling in other people's business. I'm just curious." Su Yun said, "Although the Flying Sarutobi Fist can allow a person's speed and strength to explode to a level that exceeds their limits, but it has a very fatal flaw. It is said that once a person who cultivates the flying Sarutobi fist leaves the forest and stagnates for a long period of time, there will be trouble for a short period of time. A month of stagnation will cause their cultivation to be halved, and 2 months of stagnation will cause them to lose the strength that they have cultivated for many years. Am I right? This has nothing to do with you. Feng Lu said, I have my own plans. Flying Ape Fist originated from Chongbai Mountain. Only the snow apes of Chongbai Mountain have that kind of terrifying speed and power that can increase a person's strength rapidly. Su Yun ignored Feng Lu's words. If you're from Chongbai Mountain, then you've been out for at least a week, right? These words seemed to have touched Feng Lu's heart. This was the 8th day since he left Chongbai Mountain. In 2 weeks, he had to return to Chongbai Mountain no matter what. Otherwise, all his years of cultivation would be wasted. He absolutely had to return within 25 days so that he could better adjust his aura. This is just my guess. After all, you've been in Taiwan for a few days. There's still a few days before the continent arrives. Su Yun said, have you thought about the current situation? If you want to go back, you won't be able to solve it in a short period of time. Feng Lu said, I just need to protect boss and get the thing. Is half a month not enough time? Do you think it's enough time? Su Yun smiled. Do you know where the thing we all want is? Do you have the confidence to take it back from those people? Even if you can find it and take it back, do you have the confidence to take it from me? Feng Lu didn't know what to do with Su Yun's string of questions. He really didn't know what to do next. Actually, these are very simple questions. Su Yun, you only need to think about how long it will take to settle all these things. You will clearly understand that you won't be able to leave in half a month because time simply doesn't allow for it. You don't have enough time. Didn't we agree that we would cooperate? That way, we would be able to solve the problem quickly. Feng Suo said, don't tell me you don't want to cooperate with us. Su Yun said, it seems that you've been living in seclusion for too long. You don't know what's going on in the real world. We are cooperating for a common goal. Why should we cooperate with you to get what we want? Feng Luo frowned. Then it's a fake cooperation? Isn't Fifth Master Qiao thinking the same thing? You don't really think that he wants to cooperate with us, do you? Doesn't he also want to monopolize it? Su Yun said, we are all doing this for ourselves, so there is no real cooperation at all. Feng Lu's expression seemed to be much more serious. Since we are all doing this for ourselves and there is no real cooperation, then we will waste even more time. Su Yun said, even if we really cooperate, I'm afraid it won't be that easy to get what we want. If it's a fake cooperation, I'm afraid it will be even more difficult to complete this matter, right? Feng Luo realized that his time was very tight. He had hoped that he could get it done in a dozen or so days. Now that he thought about it, if he didn't have the other party's cooperation, he probably wouldn't be able to accomplish anything even in 20 days. After all, he had fought with the other party before. The other party alone was very difficult to deal with. Although he had the upper hand, he knew that it was absolutely impossible to win easily. Moreover, the other party wasn't just one person. If there were 2 of them, it would be hard to say whether he could win. It would already be very good if he could fight to a draw. Feng Luo knew very well that Su Yun was a powerful ally. As long as he sincerely helped him, he still had confidence. But now, Su Yun had made it very clear that they were fighting for themselves, not for Fifth Master Qiao to get the final benefits. They couldn't be considered a true ally at all. If that was the case, Feng Luo felt that there was no hope of winning at all. Just tell me what you're thinking. Feng Luo said, what do you mean? I just want to tell you that everything you're doing now is a waste of time. Su Yun said, in the end, we'll win everything. Even if we drag it out, we'll definitely win in the end. There's no need for you to waste time. Feng Luo suddenly reached out to grab Su Yun's collar. Su Yun reacted quickly and slapped his hand away. If you have something to say, just say it. Don't hit me. If you do, I'm afraid you won't be able to gain anything. You. Feng Luo was extremely shocked by Su Yun's reaction. He didn't even know what he wanted to say. Don't worry. Think carefully before you say anything. I'll meet you here tonight so that we can talk things out clearly. Su Yun smiled faintly. Don't overcomplicate things. Just say what you want to say. I'm not Fifth Master Chow. I won't beat around the bush with you. Feng Luo took a deep breath and calmed himself down. I can't lose. I have to win. I want Fifth Master Chow's help. I have to help him get what he wants safely. Anyone who stands in my way will be killed. Su Yun saw the determination in Feng Luo's eyes. He knew that Feng Luo must have his reasons for doing this. Sometimes, people would only react like this when they were forced into a desperate situation. If you said this to me in your forest, you might have a reason to be confident. Su Yun said, but now you're saying this to me here. Isn't that a bit arrogant? Moreover, if time passes, your strength will be affected. I'm afraid you won't even have the qualifications to be my opponent. Do you think what you're saying is realistic? No matter what, I have to do it. Feng Luo still clenched his teeth. Su Yun had a general direction in his heart. What do you want Fifth Master Chow to help you with? That's none of your business, Feng Luo said. You just have to do your own thing. After we get the thing, I'll have a fair fight with you. Unless I die, I won't lose to you. Su Yun knew that this kind of person was never joking. Just like him, he had a reason to do this. Then I'm afraid you have no choice but to die, Su Yun said. Because just like you, I have a reason to do this. If you wait until then and regret it, it'll be too late. I've never regretted what I've done, Feng Luo said. And I won't disappoint those who believe in me. Su Yun took a deep breath. Feng Luo, if you tell me what you want Fifth Master Chow to help you with, maybe I can help you with it. If that's the case, we won't have to be so wary of each other. Perhaps we can get a better cooperation. Feng Luo was startled. He didn't expect Su Yun to say something like that. However, he quickly replied, No need. You're not from the continent, so you don't understand the matters of the continent. You don't have the connections to help me solve my problem. Who said I'm not from the continent? Su Yun laughed. Of course I'm from the continent. Do you hear a Taiwanese accent in my voice? No, right? Feng Luo was startled. That's right, Su Yun didn't have that kind of accent. I have connections on the continent. Your problem might be easier for me to solve than for Fifth Master Chow. Su Yun, unless you say you want to enter the central government, then I won't be able to do anything. As for your other requests, I'll do my best to help you. You're telling the truth? Feng Luo was startled, but he still hesitated. But that won't do. I can't break my promise. Since Boss Chow has already promised me, I can't just go back on my word. That would be breaking my promise. Su Yun didn't know whether to laugh or cry. This guy was really stubborn. He didn't even look at what kind of person Chow Kai-yu was. He was an imposter with no credibility at all. Even if he died, he wouldn't know how he died. Chapter 23:15. Do you understand Chow Kai-yu? Do you trust him that much? Su Yun said, if he doesn't do what he promised you, what can you do? Won't you be helpless? I will kill him. Feng Shou said, if he doesn't fulfill the promise we made, I will definitely kill him. Su Yun smiled. Even if you kill him, so what? Seeing how insistent you are, it means that this matter must be very important to you. Since it's very important, it means that you definitely don't want to waste this opportunity. Once Chow Kai-yu changes his mind, everything you've done will be wasted. Even so, it is impossible for him to not care about his life. Feng Suo said, if he wants to keep his life, then he must fulfill his promise. I'm afraid that by that time, your strength won't be as good as it is now. He can casually invite a few experts, and it will be hard for you to fight against him. Su Yun said, if this matter drags on for 2 months, you will become a cripple. What will you use to fight against him? Feng Suo couldn't help but clench his fists. Su Yun could tell that Feng Suo was gambling. His trust in Chao Kaiyu wasn't as firm as it seemed. That was why his heart was wavering. As for why he was wavering, Su Yun couldn't tell at the moment. If I can promise you now that no matter what, I will help you solve it. If you need my help, I will help you. I can help you solve your problems without any conditions, Su Yun said. When the problem is solved, you will wholeheartedly help me solve this matter. I said it before, I won't easily change my position. I am not the kind of person who will sit on the fence, Feng Sua said. Su Yun smiled. If you were that kind of person, I wouldn't help you. It is because you are not that kind of person that I am willing to help you. I'm definitely not helping you for my own sake. I just want you to see clearly for yourself whether I'm someone worthy of your trust. You can't help me. Even if you can, I will still work for Boss Chow in the end. Why do you have to do this? Feng Lu's opinion of Su Yun had changed greatly. Yeah, it does seem a little incomprehensible. I really don't need to help you, Su Yun said. But that's just who I am. I can't stand to see others in trouble. I know that you must be facing a very helpless situation and have no choice but to help Fifth Master Chow, so I want to help you. Just treat it as an emergency. Is that really all? Feng Luo looked at Su Yun in shock. He couldn't understand why Su Yun would treat him like this. Su Yun nodded and didn't say anything. Feng Suo fell into silence. After all, the two of them had nothing to do with each other. If it weren't for the fact that they both wanted the same thing, they would have been on opposite sides. They would have been enemies. Even so, Su Yun was still willing to help him without hesitation. This moved Feng Luo. After all, Boss Chow's conversation with him was all about requests and conditions. Boss Chow would only help him if he did all of this. Therefore, Feng Luo was completely obedient in front of Chao Kaiyu. No matter what Chao Kaiyu asked him to do, he would do it without hesitation. This was what he needed in the end. However, things were different now. Su Yun had only asked him what he needed help with. He hadn't even said anything, yet he was able to agree to help him. Feng Luo was astonished for a while before he finally spoke. I don't believe that there is no transaction in this world without a price. What do you want me to do for you to help me? I said it before. I just want you to help me wholeheartedly and get the thing back, Su Yun said. After we get the thing back, we will solve the problem between us. You can be loyal to Chao Kaiyu and continue to work for him. We will fight once, and whoever gets the thing back will get it. If something happens to you, I will at least be happy. At least I will help you solve your problem. When Feng Luo heard this, he felt that it was indeed quite reliable. This matter did indeed sound feasible. Can you tell me now? If this problem is something I can't solve, then it will be very simple. Su Yun said, then let Boss Chow solve it, if you really think he has the ability. Okay, Feng Luo said. I will trust you this once. Su Yun nodded and was willing to listen. As you know, I practice the flying ape fist in Chongbai Mountain and live with 3 snow apes, Feng Luo said. Feng Luo said, the lumber syndicate has always been our enemy. We kept giving in to them until we reached the depths of the Chongbai Mountains. Feng Luo paused for a moment before continuing. Later, for some reason, one of the snow apes couldn't stand the logging company's continuous advances and got into a conflict with humans. It caused a lot of damage to the logging company. Then, the logging company set up an inescapable net and waited for it to fall into the trap again. Su Yun was startled. Apes were very intelligent animals. Everyone knew this. Apes' thoughts were very similar to humans. Thus, it should be very intelligent. Moreover, it was a snow ape. To be able to survive in a world of ice and snow, it could be said that its intelligence was very high. This was a legend. It was said that the snow apes were able to live in ice caves not because of their physique, but because they could use fire. This was only a legend. After all, snow apes were very rare and could be said to be extinct. After the logging company set up the trap, they kept provoking us. Then, when I was unprepared, it rushed into the human base. After that, there was no news of it, Feng Luo said. I know that it must have been captured. Because snow apes are very precious. In the eyes of those people, snow apes are money. Wads and wads of money. Indeed, if a rare creature like the snow ape was to be sold overseas, it would definitely be worth a lot. After all, the snow ape's research value was very, very high. I tried my best to get information about the snow ape, Feng Luo said. I couldn't let it be taken away because it was the only male among the 3 snow apes. Without it, the reproduction of the next generation of snow apes would be a problem. So, I needed to save it. Speaking up to this point, Feng Luo was a little depressed. He shook his head in distress. But the other party said that it brought a lot of losses to the logging company. If they want to redeem it, that's fine. Give them money, 200 million. As long as they give enough money, anything is negotiable. This lion's demand was really ruthless. Su Yun, then you didn't think of any other way? I wanted to rob it, but I couldn't find it, Feng Luo said. After that, they became more vigilant. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't start a massacre because of this. I couldn't do that either. With the help of kind-hearted people, I tried to get help from the relevant departments. However, the reply I got was that I didn't have enough evidence and they couldn't help me investigate. Su Yun laughed. The relevant departments are the most ridiculous departments in all of Huaxia. After that, I met Boss Chow. He said he could help me. As long as I help him do something, he would give me the money. Feng Luo said, I know, 200 million is not a small amount. So, I know that the thing he wants me to do is not a small matter. It really is not a small matter, Su Yun smiled. He wants you to sell your life for him. It is worth far more than 200 million. Feng Luo was stunned. What is inside that black box? It is a biological weapon that can destroy the entire world, Su Yun said. I am not joking with you. So, you don't have to be so shocked. Although Su Yun said that, Feng Luo was still unable to hide the shock in his heart. No matter what, since I promised you, I will help you solve the problem of the Yeti. Su Yun said, I can tell you very clearly that your problem is not something the relevant departments can solve. Chow Kai-yu will not spend 200 million for a Yeti. You can choose not to believe me, but you will understand sooner or later. Then why are you helping me? Feng Luo said. Because you found the right department. I am not a waste from the relevant departments. I can't bear to see such a precious animal like the Yeti go extinct because of this. Su Yun said, also, I have a group of brothers who can't bear to see such a thing happen. So, I only need to make a call. I believe that in a few days, there will be an answer. When the time comes, I will satisfy you. Chapter 23:16. Why did you help me? Feng Luo still couldn't understand Su Yun's actions. I didn't help you, I only helped the snow apes. Su Yun, you don't need to thank me. Instead, I should thank you on behalf of everyone. You were able to tell me such an important thing in time, at least you prevented the extinction of the snow apes. Feng Luo was shocked. You're from the Animal Protection Association? Not only the people from the Animal Protection Association will notice this, and I'm not as great as the people from the Animal Protection Association. Su Yun, I eat meat, so I don't deserve to be a member of the Animal Protection Association. The people from the Animal Protection Association all believe that animals are spiritual. They only eat vegetables, and eating meat will bring retribution. But when I was asking about this, I met people from the Dog Protection Association who tried to ask for help. They eat meat too. Feng Luo said. That's not the same concept. There are some hypocritical animal protectionists who go to extremes because of their love for a certain animal. Dog lovers don't eat dog meat, but will eat other animals, and even feed other animals to dogs. They won't blame butchers who kill pigs or cows, but if they meet people who kill dogs or sell dog meat, they will be very angry. Su Yun, you don't live in this society, so you don't know that many things in this society are very complicated. Feng Luo said, Flying Sarutobi is very particular. I'm a vegetarian, so are the snow apes. You don't eat meat? Su Yun was shocked. He really didn't expect this. After all, the winter in Chongbai Mountain was long and cold, and the snow apes like to live on the colder mountain peaks. This required a lot of calories, and a vegetarian diet probably couldn't maintain the calories required for a human. I'm not that great. I'm not eating meat to protect animals. I'm practicing, Feng Luo said. At this time, Su Yun also remembered that during dinner, Feng Luo indeed only ate vegetarian food. It seemed like flying Sarutobi was really special. But I feel that what the people from the Animal Protection Association said is quite reasonable, Feng Luo said. Su Yun smiled. Maybe, but the people from the Animal Protection Association scolded those who only protect dogs. They said that they only eat plants and don't eat any meat. Then, some Plant Protection Association came out and scolded the Animal Protection Association, saying that plants also have life and so on. Then people can only drink water. Then the Life Protection Association came out and said that there were microbes in the water. Isn't this a bit too complicated? Feng Suo didn't understand the logic behind this. Su Yun nodded. It is indeed a little too complicated. I don't understand what these people are thinking. This was already a dog-eat-dog society. So many people were still in the abyss of suffering. Even living was a kind of torture. There were still people who would worry about these things. If it were me, I'd rather set up a few more Hope primary schools and do more real charity. You're different from many people, Feng Suo said. After leaving Chongbai Mountain, this is the first time I've met someone like you. Your way of thinking is very special. It doesn't matter if it's special or not. I will definitely do what I promised you, Su Yun said. Go back and wait for my news. Once I've settled this matter for you, you can help me snatch the item with peace of mind. Feng Suo nodded. All right. As long as you can find the snow ape, I will help you wholeheartedly. However, in the end, I still have to give Boss Chow an explanation. I cannot break my promise. That's a promise. I won't make things difficult for you. Su Yun. So, before we snatch the item back, we are considered allies that can be trusted? Yes. After saying that, Feng Suo showed his back to Su Yun. I trust you. Su Yun smiled. I am very gratified that you can trust me like this. Tonight, I will arrange for people to help you find the snow ape. Trust me, those brothers of mine are not to be trifled with. As long as Su Yun told Wang Yi about this matter, Wang Yi would definitely arrange for people to do it. This matter was not only about saving the snow ape, it was also about Flying Ape Fist. He had entered Chongbai Mountain many times to find the successor of Flying Ape Fist, but to no avail. This time, Su Yun had encountered it. As long as this relationship could be established, he would have the opportunity to study the relationship between Flying Ape Fist and martial arts. If he could comprehend some principles from Flying Ape Fist, he might be able to change the fact that Flying Ape Fist had to be practiced in the mountains. He could also arrange for people from the Special Forces to go to Chongbai Mountain to learn and improve their speed and strength, especially their explosive power. For Wang Yi, this was something beneficial. He would definitely not let down Su Yun's trust. This night, Chao Kaiyu slept very peacefully. With Feng Luo guarding the door, what else could make him feel more at ease? When Chao Kaiyu woke up, it was already 9 in the morning. At this time, everyone had already eaten breakfast, including Feng Luo. Chao Kaiyu glared at Feng Luo. He was very angry. Feng Luo was his man. How could he not wake up and eat breakfast with him? Chao Kaiyu did not know that after he fell asleep last night, Feng Luo and Su Yun had become very special friends. Yes, calling them friends was more appropriate than allies. This was the first time Feng Luo had the opportunity to make friends. Therefore, the friendship he had with Su Yun was very special. If it wasn't for Chao Kaiyu's presence, Feng Luo would probably be in a very good mood. It was a pity that Chao Kaiyu, this guy, was definitely a killjoy. You threw your boss to the side and went to eat by yourself. Isn't that too rash? Chao Kaiyu said. If something happened to me when you left, what would you do? Shouldn't you explain it to me? Feng Luo had nothing to say. This was his responsibility. What could happen? Fifth Master Chow, that's a little serious, Su Yun said. This is the Three Lotus Association, not outside. How could anything happen? It's because this is the Three Lotus Association, Chow Kaiyu said. If it were outside, I would be more at ease. That's meaningless, isn't it? Boss Chow, you were the one who shamelessly stayed at the Three Lotus Association yesterday. Wu Yuandong said, we didn't invite you. Since you're worried that something will happen to you, then don't stay here. Don't say such unpleasant things to slander the Three Lotus Association. Chow Kaiyu was stunned. They were even targeting him. I was just joking. You don't have to take it so seriously, right? Boss Chow, we don't speak carelessly about matters of principle, Lin Suyin said. It's safe for you to stay here. There won't be any problems for the night. That's why your man can come for breakfast without worry. Is there a problem with that? I don't think so. I'm his boss, Chow Kaiyu said. Chow Kaiyu said, he shouldn't have left the door before I woke up. That's what he wanted to do. I understand, Feng Luo said to Chow Kaiyu. Boss, there won't be a next time. Chow Kaiyu snorted and said in a low voice, don't forget our agreement. If you can't achieve my goal, I won't do anything for you. This wasn't the first time Feng Luo had been threatened like this. Chow Kaiyu would always talk about this matter. In fact, it was to constantly beat him, to let him understand this point in his heart. It was to let him light up a lamp in his heart. He knew what he should do and what he shouldn't do. But this time, to Feng Lu, this threat wasn't as frightening as before. Feng Luo didn't know why, but he really believed Su Yun so easily. Maybe it was because he was sick and wanted to seek help from anyone, or maybe it was because he appreciated each other. When he met an expert of a certain level, Feng Luo would feel a strong sense of recognition. Between people, it was nothing more than this. Two people who met by chance, maybe it was a one-time acquaintance, maybe it was a friendship between gentlemen, or maybe it was a friendship between generations. This was something that no one could guarantee. You all have eaten. What should I eat? Chow Kaiyu smiled slightly. I'll have to trouble Miss Lin to tell the kitchen that I'm used to eating southern breakfast. I'm sorry, Boss Lin. The people in the kitchen are already resting. Lin Suyin wouldn't let her people be tired because of Chow Kaiyu. If you're hungry, there's a place to eat breakfast not far from the door. It's not too late to go now. Chapter 23:17. Miss Lin, we're family. You don't have to treat me like this, right? Chow Kaiyu frowned. There are some things we need to be careful about. It's not a good idea to split up, right? I'm just asking you to go eat breakfast by yourself. You won't die, Wu Yuandong said grumpily. He didn't like Chow Kaiyu at all. Chow Kaiyu snorted. Even if I'm going to eat breakfast, I'll bring my men with me. If you need my men for any operations, I'm afraid it's not good for you if you can't find them, right? President Wu, you can't do anything in a moment of anger. Wu Yuandong suppressed his anger. This Chow Kaiyu was really despicable. His words were harsh, but he didn't use any profanities. You couldn't refute him. Fifth Master Chow, if you have anything to do, just do it. We don't have anything to do now anyway. It won't be too late to talk about it later. Su Yun, ask Feng Luo to protect you. If something really happens, it won't be good for you or for us. HM? Chow Kaiyu was slightly startled. He glanced at Feng Luo, then turned and left. Let's go. Eat with me. Feng Luo could only follow Chow Kaiyu's orders. After the two left the Three Lotus Association's compound, Lin Suyin asked, how do you know that person's name? Yeah, Brother Su Yun. Who did you hear it from? Wu Yuandong was also very surprised. Su Yun smiled. I talked to him last night. Maybe he's not that annoying. He's just being used by Chow Kaiyu. He's not a bad person. It's so dangerous. You came into contact with him alone? Yang Qi was a little worried. Don't do this kind of thing again in the future. It'll really make us very worried. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Su Yun, since we can confirm that he's the successor of the Flying Ape Fist, we can be sure that he's living in seclusion in the mountains. This kind of person won't be scheming, so we don't have to worry at all. We can make friends with him. Lin Suin was still worried. But he's Chow Kaiyu's man after all. The risk you're taking is too great. With Chow Kaiyu's attitude towards him, maybe he really is someone we can use, Wu Yuandong said. Brother Dong, we're not using him. We're just borrowing his help. If he needs help, I'll help him too. So, this is at most a deal. After Su Yun finished speaking, a smile appeared on his face. He had already contacted Wang Yi yesterday, and Wang Yi had already agreed to his request. Presumably, they would arrive at Chongbai Mountain by noon today. The rest was just a matter of time. Su Yun felt a little guilty towards Chow Kaiyu. He purposely said his name. The reason why Su Yun did this was because he wanted Chow Kaiyu to hear it. It was impossible for Feng Suo to understand the meaning behind such a small action. Even though this kind of provocation was a little embarrassing, Su Yun definitely didn't have any bad intentions. He just wanted to let Feng Luo see clearly what kind of person Chow Kaiyu was. Chow Kaiyu's expression was very ugly. After leaving the Three Lotus Association, he displayed all the unhappiness on his face. How did they know your name? This question stumped Feng Luo. After a while, Feng Luo came back to his senses. He couldn't tell Chow Kaiyu what happened last night, right? So, this made him very embarrassed. He couldn't say a word for a long time. When Chow Kaiyu saw him like this, he couldn't bear it anymore. I paid to raise you, I paid to let you come here. I even promised to help you redeem that damn monkey. That's because you promised to help me. I didn't bring you to Taiwan to chat with others. I asked you to do things. Do you understand? Chow Kaiyu's words made Feng Luo tremble slightly. He didn't know how long he could endure, but this feeling made him feel very uncomfortable. I'll tell you right here. Chow Kaiyu said angrily. You better think clearly about what you're doing here. I understand. Feng Luo said. Chow Kaiyu seemed like he still couldn't calm the resentment and unhappiness in his heart. You listen to me clearly. I don't care about you eating breakfast with them, but you can't talk and laugh with them and even tell them your name. Who do you think they are? Are they really my companions? I'm telling you, they aren't. Su Yun had said this to Feng Luo yesterday, so Feng Luo wasn't as surprised as before. You better listen to what I'm saying to you clearly. As long as you get the thing, the other side will be killed without mercy. No matter who they are, if they want to fight with us. Then there's only one word, death. I didn't bring you here for you to enjoy, I brought you here to do things. Remember this. Chow Kaiyu said angrily. Feng Luo had his own principles when it came to killing. He actually didn't want to kill because he knew what it meant. In yesterday's fight, he didn't really kill. He only wanted to quickly defeat the other side and didn't have the goal of killing. But now Chow Kaiyu kept emphasizing that he should kill. This was something Feng Luo didn't know. Before he came, Chow Kaiyu didn't tell him about this. He didn't tell him to kill, he didn't tell him to do anything out of line. He only told him to protect him. Boss Chow, I'm here to protect you, not to kill for you. Feng Luo didn't dare to disobey Chow Kaiyu because the Snow Ape's fate was in Chow Kaiyu's hands. But now with Su Yun's help, he didn't need to rely on Chow Kaiyu. Chow Kaiyu was stunned. What did you say? Say it again? I'm here to protect you. I'm not here to kill for you. Feng Luo said. Do you still want your Snow Ape's life? Chow Kaiyu sneered. I'm warning you, if you dare to disobey, don't expect me to protect your Snow Ape's life. Feng Luo said. If you don't ransom the Snow Ape, I won't help you. What? Ha 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 ha, you're good. Kid, you learned how to refute, learned how to go against me. Chow Kaiyu said. Feng Luo, listen to me clearly. Now that things have come to this, I have nothing to hide from you. Your snow ape is in my hands. I have shares in the logging company, everything was done by me. Feng Luo's eyes suddenly glared. What are you looking at? Who are you glaring at? You think you can do anything to me like this? Chao Kaiyu sneered. Feng Luo, let me tell you, although the snow ape is valuable, if I sell it outside, I can earn at least tens of millions. After all, it's a male and doesn't have a female, so it's not valuable. As long as you do things for me, I'll return it to you. If you don't do things for me, I'll make a phone call and have it killed. Tens of millions doesn't matter to me. Feng Luo's anger filled his heart in an instant. If it wasn't for his strong self-control, he would have dug out Chao Kaiyu's heart with one punch. Facing Chao Kaiyu's threat, Feng Luo's patience was no longer as calm as before. You have to guarantee its safety. I'll do my best to help you. Look at how you're gnashing your teeth while speaking. You've really disappointed me. Chao Kaiyu said. You have to think clearly, there are many things that I can't guarantee. It all depends on your performance. If your performance is good enough, then we can talk about any problems. If your performance isn't good enough, then if you dare to hurt it, then I'll make you pay with your blood. Feng Luo was even more ruthless this time. Chao Kaiyu suddenly calmed down. He felt that Feng Luo was a little different from usual. Feng Luo, I'm just joking with you. Don't take this seriously. If I really wanted to do something, I would have done it long ago. I wouldn't have waited until today. As long as you do your job, I'll guarantee the snow ape's safety. Okay, if you guarantee the snow ape's safety, then I'll do everything for you. Feng Luo said lightly. That's more like it. That's my good brother. Chao Kaiyu didn't push him as hard as before. As long as it's my brother's matter, I'll do my best. In the future, don't interact with the people from the Three Lotus group alone. Okay. Feng Luo nodded. Chapter 23:18. Although Chao Kaiyu and Feng Luo started to call each other brothers, Feng Luo was already disappointed in Chao Kaiyu. He didn't expect Chao Kaiyu to say these words today. If Chao Kaiyu didn't say these words himself, then Feng Luo wouldn't have believed it. Feng Luo realized that everything Su Yun said to him was true. Chao Kaiyu wasn't a trustworthy person, he didn't have any credibility at all. Feng Luo realized that if he still blindly believed in Chao Kaiyu, then things would become very complicated. Everything had a limit, and this limit was very difficult to grasp. He had no choice but to believe in Chao Kaiyu, but he also couldn't completely rely on him. Today, Feng Shui originally thought that even if Su Yun could help him solve the problem, he would still help Chao Kaiyu to the end because of his promise. But now, he realized that there was no need for this promise to exist anymore. Chao Kaiyu had lied to him from the beginning, and it wasn't a fair trade. The snow ape was in Chao Kaiyu's hands. Now, Feng Luo understood that he was facing a threat, and not a trust. This completely overturned Feng Luo's thoughts, and made him completely disappointed. This wasn't what Feng Luo wanted, it wasn't what he thought it should be. This kind of deception was despicable, and it deserved to die. Feng Luo, don't think too much. What belongs to you will always belong to you. Chao Kaiyu said, Don't worry, I won't do anything to you just because of a small mistake. As long as you can do what you promised me, I'll let you happily return to the place where you belong. Feng Luo's smile stiffened. Then let's wait and see. What I want is this kind of confidence from you, this kind of promise from you. Chao Kaiyu said, As long as you can give me this kind of promise, my heart will be at ease. Feng Luo didn't know what kind of promise he made to Chao Kaiyu. His so-called waiting and seeing was to see the final result. Regardless of whether Su Yun would really help him solve the problem, he wanted to see the final result. He wanted to see what kind of things Chao Kaiyu would do in the end. This was Feng Lu's first time dealing with others, so he wanted to see what integrity was. He wanted to see if he really shouldn't trust others so easily. He still couldn't understand what Su Yun had said to him last night. Perhaps only when Chao Kaiyu gave him the answer would he be able to unravel the mystery. Did he trust the wrong person, or was he overthinking everything? All of this was what Feng Luo wanted to find out. What he needed to do now was to find out everything. As long as he understood all of this, he would finally understand how to deal with people. Dealing with people was really complicated. The trust between people was often very complicated. Feng Lu really couldn't tell the difference between real and fake. He preferred to deal with apes because they did not know how to lie. No matter what kind of reaction they had, they would show it on their faces. There was no hypocrisy, no hidden daggers in their smiles. Everything was the most genuine reaction. Unlike the current Xiao Kaiyu, although he was smiling at him, his heart was itching to tear him apart. All of this would only happen when people communicated with each other. Even if we don't leave this place, we need to at least have enough water and food. This wasn't the first time Chong Mo had brought this up. We need to prepare enough food and water before we can make long-term preparations. Otherwise, we won't be able to hold on for long. I know we need these things, but if we go out now, we'll easily expose ourselves to the enemy. Kan Kong said, if we don't talk too much and don't waste our energy, we should be able to maintain our energy and calories for 2 days. Chong Mo was completely opposed to this. We can indeed ensure that our energy and calories are enough for us to survive, but we can't guarantee that if we run into the enemy 2 days later, we won't have enough energy to fight back. Chong Mo is right, Nian Yi said. We do need to maintain our energy. If the enemy really comes looking for us, we'll be in great danger. You're right, but if we go out now, there's a possibility that we'll run into them at any time, Guli said. We can't take the risk, just in case. I'll go, I'm a girl. I'm the least likely to be exposed, Chong Mo said. I'll definitely be able to bring the things back. Kan Kong refused immediately. No, it's too dangerous for you to go alone. I can't let you take the risk. But I'm the most suitable person, Chong Mo said. If I don't go, who else can? Even if you want to go, you have to let me go with you, Nian Yi said. He definitely couldn't let Chong Mo do such a dangerous thing alone. One person's goal is always smaller than 2 people's. You guys usually know this much better than me. Why can't you understand it now? Chong Mo sighed helplessly. Can't you guys be a little more mature? Can't you see my growth? The 4 men were stunned by Chong Mo's words. In the end, the other 3 looked at Kan Kong. Even if they had to make a decision, Kan Kong had to be the one to say it. This was something that no one knew how to do. Kan Kong was really in a difficult position now. You guys are making it difficult for me. What's so difficult about it? Chong Mo said. Just arrange for me to go and order me to carry out this shopping mission. That'll solve all the problems. You've already arranged everything for me. If I don't want you to do this, I'm afraid you'll be unhappy again, right? Kan Kong was helpless. I really don't trust you to do this alone. Chong Mo, trust me, it's really too dangerous. Taiwan Island is smaller than we thought. Our goal is bigger than we thought. The Three Lotus Association is stronger than we thought. Moreover, that Su Yun is harder to deal with than we thought. Chong Mo only said one sentence to Kan Kong. I'm also more useful than you think. I'm not someone who can't do anything. In the end, Kan Kong couldn't convince Chong Mo. He could only agree to let Chong Mo do what she wanted. Before Chong Mo left, they repeatedly reminded her to pay attention to their surroundings. She had to go to a small supermarket and not attract anyone's attention. If something happened, there was only one word to say: run. Chong Mo nodded and agreed one by one. Only then did they feel reassured and let Chong Mo leave. This was also a last resort. They really needed enough supplies. Without enough supplies, they wouldn't be able to last long. Now, Su Yun and the Three Lotus Association's goal was to fight a protracted battle with them. They had to be prepared for such a battle. If they weren't prepared, they would only face defeat in the end. Chong Mo left carefully and followed the instructions seriously. He went to an area that was not in the same district and found a small supermarket where everything could be bought. After careful consideration, Chong Mo walked into the supermarket. Her goal was very clear. They were all things with high calories. These things could quickly replenish the body's calories and protein. This was because the place they were hiding in wasn't the kind of place where they could survive in the wild. Water was a problem and they couldn't find enough food. Therefore, not only did Chong Mo have to get food, she also had to get enough water. Other than that, she also bought 5 large water bottles. This was because they needed to be prepared. If they could find a clean water source, water bottles were the most convenient thing. After buying so many things in such a large quantity, the boss of the small supermarket really hit the jackpot. When Chong Mo pushed a cart full of things out to pay the bill, the boss felt a headache coming. "Miss, you bought so many things. How many people are camping here? Pay the bill." "Don't talk so much nonsense," Chong Mo said. "I'm eating alone. Can't I prepare more?" "Yes, of course." The boss shrugged helplessly. "As long as you pay, I don't have any objections even if you empty my supermarket. But some of the meat products you bought only have a shelf life of 1 week. I'm worried that you won't be able to finish them." Chong Mo's expression didn't change. "That's my business. It has nothing to do with you." Chapter 23:19. Yes. This is my own problem. It has nothing to do with you. The supermarket owner said, "I've already reminded you. Don't eat expired food. If that day comes, don't come looking for trouble with me. Blame me for not reminding you. Are you doing business or not? If you are, quickly pay the bill." Chong Mo was losing her patience. This guy was too slow. He had no intention of paying the bill. "If you don't want to do business, I don't want these things. Right away. Beauty, don't have such a bad temper. Harmony brings wealth and beauty." The supermarket owner began to pay Chong Mo's bill. Every item had a price. For some reasons, it was hard to calculate the price. The supermarket owner had no choice but to enter the number on the barcode to calculate the price. The supermarket owner's eyes seemed to be blurred. He couldn't see clearly and kept making mistakes. Like this, a lot of time was wasted. Just as Chong Mo was losing her patience, the supermarket owner's phone rang. He picked up the phone and made an apologetic gesture to the angry Chong Mo. "Have you arrived?" "Okay, everything is normal." The supermarket owner smiled and answered the phone. Okay. Then I don't have anything else to do?" "Okay. I'll be done soon." The supermarket owner hung up the phone. Chong Mo flew into a rage out of humiliation. "How do you do business? Don't you know that the customer is God? You can pay for half an hour. How much longer do you need to finish?" After being scolded, the supermarket owner nodded repeatedly. It was as if he had cheated. Soon, the remaining items were finished. The whole process took half an hour. Normally, it would only take 3 to 5 minutes to finish. After paying, Chong Mo walked out of the supermarket with 3 huge shopping bags. Just as she stepped out of the door, a familiar voice entered her ears. "You bought so many things. Do you need my help? You look very heavy." Su Yun stood at the side of the supermarket entrance with a smile. After Chong Mo came out, he casually said to her. Chong Mo's reaction was very fast. She threw the 3 shopping bags at Su Yun. If it wasn't for Su Yun's early reaction, she might have really been smashed by her. A mess of food and water flew all over the place. After throwing everything away, Chong Mo immediately ran away. She clearly remembered Kang Kong's words. "If you can't win, run." He was running for his life. Of the 36 stratagems, escape was the best strategy. Chong Mo knew Su Yun's strength too well. She had fought with Su Yun before. Therefore, she was very clear that she was no match for Su Yun. There was no comparison at all. Now, as long as Chong Mo could escape, it would be her victory. Just as Chong Mo started to run away, she started to understand. The supermarket's boss wasn't slow, nor was his service bad. He was just stalling for time. She wanted to stall for time until Su Yun arrived and blocked her. Chong Mo was truly convinced. The Three Lotus Association's ability was too great. They could even monitor a small supermarket in such a place. Chong Mo was really lucky. Her luck was really too good. This supermarket was really opened by a member of the Three Lotus Association. Moreover, this person was one of the people who went to Fisherman Street with Su Yun and Wu Yuandong. He had seen Chong Mo before. Usually, this person wasn't in the supermarket. However, his father was sick and had to go to the hospital for an injection. His mother was accompanying him in bed, so there was no one watching over the supermarket. Therefore, he was asked to watch over it for a day. Who knew that after watching the supermarket for a day, he would see the person Su Yun and Wu Yuandong were looking for. When Chong Mo entered the supermarket, he went out and called Wu Yuandong. Wu Yuandong told him to think of a way to stall her and wait for them to arrive. After putting down the phone, he immediately rushed over from Taipei with Su Yun. That was why Chong Mo was trapped in the supermarket. If they had arrived 10 minutes later, Chong Mo would have already left because he couldn't stand it anymore. The timing was just right. Su Yun naturally wouldn't let Chong Mo leave. When Chong Mo tried to escape, Wu Yuandong immediately blocked her path. Chong Mo knew that she couldn't continue fighting and immediately changed her direction. However, this time, she was directly blocked by Su Yun. Su Yun pulled Chong Mo in front of him and pressed him against the car with a loud bang. "Old friend, we meet again. You don't have to leave without saying goodbye, right?" Su Yun smiled. "Shouldn't we find a place to sit down and have a cup of tea or coffee? We can have a good chat." Chong Mo said coldly, "I have nothing to talk about with you. Today, I'm in your hands. You can do whatever you want. Do whatever you want." "Don't be so righteous," Su Yun smiled. "If I say that I want to be the groom tonight, will you let me do whatever I want?" "You dare." Chong Mo glared fiercely at Su Yun. Su Yun stared at her without blinking. He slowly approached Chong Mo. When the tip of his nose almost touched Chong Mo's, Chong Mo couldn't take it anymore. "If you're a man, then kill me. Give me a quick death. Whether I'm a man or not is not up to you," Su Yun said. "You're in my hands. Whether I kill you or not, it's also not up to you. Don't you dare humiliate me," Chong Mo said angrily. "As long as you tell me where they are and let them give me their things intact, I'll naturally give you to them intact," Su Yun said. "This is a very fair trade." Chong Mo snorted. "In your dreams. Is one life not enough?" Su Yun said, then nodded to himself. "Indeed, human life might really be worthless in the eyes of you Heaven's Eye people. Don't talk so much nonsense." Chong Mo said, "If you want to kill me, then give me a quick death." Su Yun shook his head. "No, I want to see if human lives are worthless in the eyes of people like you. Or is it that other people's lives are worthless, but your own lives are valuable? Maybe your life is really valuable. If I kill you, wouldn't it be too wasteful?" Chong Mo regretted it so much that her intestines turned green. If she didn't come out to buy these things, if she would rather eat some insects and ants with them, then there wouldn't be this trouble now. "You damned bastard!" Chong Mo cursed angrily. She hoped that she could infuriate Su Yun and make Su Yun kill her directly. This was the result she wanted the most right now. "No matter what you say, I'll keep you alive." Su Yun said, "If such a beautiful girl is wasted by me like this, many people will scold me for recklessly wasting God's gift. Don't worry, I won't let you die. I'll take care of you and let you live well." Chong Mo stared at Su Yun angrily. "You want to imprison me?" "Impossible." "Whether it's possible or not, we'll know once we try," Su Yun said. "I believe your people will be anxious if they can't wait for you." Chong Mo screamed hysterically. She wanted to break free from Su Yun's control, but it was all in vain. She couldn't break free from Su Yun's control. "Don't waste your energy," Su Yun said. "This isn't the first time we've fought. Today you have zero chance of escaping from me." Wu Yuandong had already ordered people to bring the prepared chains to Chong Mo. Su Yun shook his head. This is not how I treat my guests. This is my old friend. Ha ha ha, and she helped you at Fisherman Street. It's not good for you to treat her like this. Then, is she okay? Wu Yuandong was a bit worried. Don't worry, she'll cooperate. Su Yun had already decided to control her personally. He wouldn't give her any chance to escape. With Su Yun controlling her personally, she would be safer than any chains. Wu Yuandong nodded and ordered people to take the chains away. I shouldn't have helped you that day. I shouldn't have let you die in that person's hands. Chong Imo looked at Wu Yuandong unwillingly. Wu Yuandong didn't say anything. He turned his head and pretended he didn't hear anything. Su Yun smiled faintly and said, Chong Imo, there's something wrong with what you're saying. It's not that you want to help him, it's just that you don't want to disturb me when I go down to the sea to retrieve something. Don't flatter the people of Heaven's Eye. I'm clear about what kind of people you are. Chapter 23:20. What's wrong with us? The things that we, Sky's Eyes, have done are things that ordinary people like you wouldn't even dare to imagine. The things that we can face and bear are also things that you wouldn't even dare to imagine. Chong Mo's reaction to Su Yun's disdain was very intense. It was as if Su Yun had touched her reverse scale. She couldn't tolerate Su Yun's disdain at all. Su Yun really didn't expect Chong Mo to have such a reaction. The things that you dare to do, I really don't dare to do. You don't even know how many people were harmed by you in the 2 incidents in Hong Kong and Macau, right? Can you face and bear the consequences? You've always been hiding in the dark. Is that what you call bearing the consequences? Was your primary school language taught by Mr. Excavator? Those people deserved to die. Do you dare to say that they didn't deserve to die? Chong Mo glared at Su Yun. If Su Yun didn't even dare to admit this, then she would really look down on him. Those people did deserve to die, but it wasn't up to Sky's Eyes to deal with them. Su Yun said, This world has laws. This is a civilized society, not a barbaric one. Hua Xia has laws, and they don't recognize lynchings. We won't be like India, where the younger sister and the older cousin would be beheaded by the 2 older cousins when they fell in love. Chong Mo sneered. But those people who deserve to die, if we didn't take care of them, they would still be alive, especially those human traffickers. Who knows how many people they would have hurt? Su Yun had to admit that in the depths of his heart, he didn't have much resentment towards Sky's Eyes. Although Su Yun still wouldn't admit it, he really didn't feel that there was anything wrong with Sky's Eyes getting rid of all the human traffickers. After all, these people who traffic children wouldn't be sentenced to death in the end, but the things they did were all death sentences for a family. These people deserved to die, Su Yun had to admit. But in principle, these people should still be dealt with by the law. Lynching was illegal. Everything Heaven's Eye did was lynching. Though all that they had been done in accordance with the principles of human nature, it was still not a lynching permitted by the law. They do deserve to die. Su Yun nodded, but before he could continue, Chong Mo cut him off. If there are more buts, then don't continue. I'm not here to listen to you preach. I just want you to know that what Heaven's Eyes do isn't that kind of shameful thing. It's that simple. Do you think it's not a crime to lynch people who should have died? Su Yun said, Don't forget that you're doing the same thing as them. You're depriving others of their right to life. You're just as detestable, pitiful, and hateful. Chong Mo took a deep breath. She didn't expect Su Yun to say such words. To be honest, these words really left her speechless. Brother Su Yun, why are you still talking so much nonsense with her? Let them give her something in exchange. If they don't, then let her suffer a little. Sooner or later, she won't be able to take it. Wu Yuandong said, I can see that these people are extremely vicious. Chong Mo looked at Wu Yuandong with disdain. If you have any tricks, then use them. If I cry out in pain, then I'm not the person Heaven's Eye sent out. You've already fallen to this point, yet you're still so stubborn. How intoxicating. Wu Yuandong couldn't be bothered to talk to her. Just seal her mouth. She won't reveal any important information to us anyway. Otherwise, she'll be chattering like 500 ducks. Su Yun didn't do that. I'm not the kind of person who likes to deprive others of their rights. Her mouth is on her face. She can say whatever she wants. If I go back now, I'll be quite bored. It's not a bad idea to have someone to talk to on the way back. I'll make you regret it. Chong Imo looked coldly at Su Yun. I advise you to listen to him. I've already made it clear to you. I can't do something like slapping myself in the face. Your rights are your rights. I won't take them away. Su Yun said, even if it's your freedom, I won't take it away. As long as you give me the thing, I'll send you back unscathed. Chong Imo gave Su Yun a wishful thinking look and ignored Su Yun. However, after I get the thing and return you to Heaven's Eye, we still have a score to settle. Su Yun said, what Heaven's Eye did in Hong Kong and Macau, I'll settle the score with you according to the laws of Hua Xia. That depends on whether you have the ability to do so. Chong Imo said, if you want to settle the score, you can come find me at any time. But you'll never get our bola again. Never. That only means that your life isn't worth enough. If your life were worth enough, I'd be able to save the lives of several others, let alone our bola. Su Yun waved his hand and ordered someone to open the car door. Get in the car with me and wait for a good show. With such a tempting bait in front of him, Su Yun would never let it go to waste. Close the supermarket for a few days to avoid any unnecessary trouble. Before Su Yun got into the car, he said to the man in charge of the supermarket, even if it's your parents, don't come to the supermarket for the time being. Wait until the matter is completely resolved. Yes, I understand, Brother Yun. I'll be careful. Wu Yuandong patted the man who did the meritorious deed and said, don't worry, I'll compensate you for all the losses in the supermarket. You've done a great job today, and the president will reward you handsomely when she finds out. We've seen everything you've done. It's my honor to have the opportunity to help. Brother Dong, please don't say that. I didn't do anything. The man knew the rules and was not greedy for credit. It's what I should do. It's nothing. Brother Yun solved the problem. If Brother Yun hadn't come, even 100 of me wouldn't have been able to stop this woman. If you can stop her, you'll have the ability to set up your own sect. Wu Yuandong laughed. I wouldn't dare. I'd never dare to set up my own sect. Wu Yuandong patted him one last time. I'll stop joking with you. We have to go back. You should close the door and leave. Yes, Brother Dong. After capturing one of the members of Sky's Eye, Su Yun's mood soared to the extreme. He knew all too well what this meant. To the other four, Changma was the person they needed to take care of the most. Now that she had fallen into his hands, they wouldn't dare to act rashly. Lin Suin and Yang Qi's eyes widened when they saw such a big prey being brought back to the Three Lotus Society. What Yang Qi was facing right now was something he didn't even dare to think about. Su Yun actually managed to capture the Sky Eye. This was simply unimaginable. No one in the Hong Kong and Macau police dared to think of capturing Sky's Eye, but it was done by Su Yun just like that. No matter how you looked at it, Su Yun's matter gave Yang Qi an absolute shock. It could even be said that once the news spread, Su Yun would give the whole world a shock. Which country or city in the world wouldn't feel helpless when facing Sky's Eye? Just hearing these two words was enough to give a group of people a headache. Shock. Other than shock, there was only shock left. If Su Yun said that he didn't intend to let Sky's Eye go from the beginning, Yang Qi's jaw would probably drop. The famous Sky's Eye isn't as scary as the legends say. Lin Suin accepted it relatively quickly. After all, she hadn't seen Sky's Eye's ability. Yang Qi knew what Sky's Eye did in Hong Kong and Macau. He also knew how tight the net was in Hong Kong and Macau. If Sky's Eye could still leave Hong Kong and Macau unscathed, it was definitely extraordinary. On the other hand, Lin Suin didn't know anything, so it wasn't too shocking. Since she had failed miserably, Changma had nothing else to say. She raised her head arrogantly, completely ignoring everyone else. She was really unconvinced. If she hadn't been tricked by the supermarket people and used such a despicable delaying tactic, she wouldn't have fallen into this trap. Chapter 23-21. I didn't expect her to have such integrity. Let's lock her up with Gu Ming then. Gu Ming is starving to the point of madness. Lin Suyin said, give him someone who can relieve his boredom now. Isn't my idea particularly benevolent? To be honest, this was not benevolent at all. Su Yun shook his head. If the two of them were locked up together, Gu Ming could be killed if he said something wrong. Chong Mo would not be merciful when killing such people. According to the judgment of the Heaven's Eye, Gu Ming was definitely a person who deserved to die. However, Su Yun had to bring this person to Hong Kong and Macau. Otherwise, he would not be able to answer to the Hong Kong and Macau police. Therefore, he could not let the two of them be locked up together. He could not let Gu Ming starve to death either. Nothing must happen to that person. Su Yun said, if he really starves to death, we will be in trouble too. I know. Lin Suyin said, if I can't even understand such a small matter and can't handle it properly, then I really don't deserve to continue being the young miss of the Three Lotus Association. As long as he doesn't die. Su Yun could not let Yong Qi bring a dead person back. Moreover, Gu Ming was Yong Qi's special superior. It would be easier for Yong Qi to accept him dying under the guns of Hong Kong and Macau law than dying here. All of you deserve to die too. You still have the nerve to say that we, Heaven's Eye, punish people. Aren't you the same? Chong Mo snorted, a bunch of sanctimonious people. Hypocrites are the most despicable. All of you deserve to die. Hearing Chong Mo's words, Lin Suyin refused to back down. Even if we all deserve to die, what can you do? You are already in our hands. Can you put away your annoying arrogance? What right do you have to talk to me like this? These words were a huge blow to Chong Mo. Chong Mo told himself that he should understand the current situation. She was now at the edge of a cliff. It was possible for anyone here to kill her. Su Yun, how do you plan to deal with this person? Lin Suyin said, if you haven't thought about it, you can leave it to me. I have. It's better for me to watch over this person personally. Su Yun said indifferently, she's now our super bait. Without her, I'm afraid those people won't come out obediently. I will arrange for people to spread this news to the entire Great Bend Island in the shortest time possible. Lin Suyin said, I don't believe that those people won't come after hearing this news. Not to be outdone, Chong Mo said, when the time comes, you guys won't have a good ending either. Don't celebrate too early. You don't have to worry about that. You should worry about how you're going to spend the day. Lin Suyin then looked at Su Yun. You don't want me to lock her up with Gu Ming, so you arranged for someone to watch her alone? Su Yun shook his head. I personally watched her. She's not Gu Ming. She's from Heaven's Eye. I'm afraid I'm the only one who can keep an eye on her. You? Lin Suyin was stunned. You mean, you were watching her? Where do you want her to go? Your room. Su Yun nodded. That's right. It's not that I don't trust you guys, but she's from Heaven's Eye after all. I can't be careless. You really think highly of me. Chong Mo sneered. Su Yun, don't tell me you have other thoughts. Bringing a girl to your room is definitely not suitable for a man and a woman alone. Lin Suyin shook her head. Su Yun borrowed Yong Qi's handcuffs and put them on his right hand and Chong Mo's left hand respectively. Chong Mo had no chance at all. Yong Qi, give the key to Brother Dong for safekeeping. Su Yun said, this is the safest way. Wu Yuandong took the key from Yong Qi and nodded seriously. He would treat this matter seriously and would never give the key to anyone else. Are you guys going to eat together like this later? Lin Suyin stared at Su Yun with wide eyes. Su Yun said, that's right. Before the others appear, I won't let her out of my sight for even half a meter. I think, eating isn't a problem. The problem is, if one of you wants to go to the toilet. Yong-chi said weakly. This was probably the most difficult problem. Soo-yoon had obviously thought about this problem. No matter what, I can't let her out of my sight. Even if it's for a few seconds, she'll still have a chance. Despicable. Shameless. Chong Emo glared at Soo-yoon. Despicable. Soo-yoon didn't care. Don't talk about me. It's fair for both of us, and I'm the one who's at a disadvantage. When you go to the toilet, you sit down, but I can't see anything. When I go to the toilet, I'm standing. If you want to see, you can see everything. You're not at a disadvantage. I'm the one who's at a disadvantage. Shameless. If it wasn't for the fact that Chong Emo couldn't beat Soo-yoon, she would have killed Soo-yoon immediately. I can't help it. Who told you to be from Sky's Eye? If you weren't from Sky's Eye, we could talk about anything. But you're from Sky's Eye, so between us, I'm afraid we can't talk about anything. Soo-yoon took a deep breath. I'm not that kind of person. I'm also in a difficult position, so you better pray that they come to you sooner. It was time for dinner. This was probably the most uncomfortable meal Chong Emo had ever eaten. She wanted to have some backbone and not eat anything, but she hadn't eaten for a whole day. If she didn't eat now, she would use up more energy. If something happened and she didn't have any energy left, it would be even more troublesome. Therefore, Chong Emo didn't care about Lin Suin's sarcasm. She didn't care about other people's looks and rolled eyes. She ate until she was full. Even if something happened, she wouldn't have to worry about her energy. Although this was the most uncomfortable meal Chong Emo had ever eaten, it was also the most she had ever eaten in her life. After returning to Soo-yoon's room, Soo-yoon looked at her in disbelief. How can you be so slim with such a big appetite? Do you have any special recipes? Why don't you just stop working for Sky's Eye and write a skinny secret book? Once it's published, I guarantee you'll be famous. Chong Emo looked coldly at Soo-yoon. If it wasn't for him, she wouldn't be in such a sorry state. Chong Emo could feel that Soo-yoon was quite polite to her. At least, he was more polite than the other people in the Three Lotus Association. This made Chong Emo very confused. Moreover, she was getting more and more curious about Soo-yoon's identity. She could vaguely feel that Soo-yoon wasn't just a Hong Kong and Macau police officer. I don't have a problem with you eating so much, but don't eat until you get a stomachache. I don't want to run to the toilet all the time, Soo-yoon said in boredom as he tried to sit on the bed. However, Chong Emo tightened her grip on the handcuffs. What are you trying to do? Take a break, Soo-yoon said. I will never sleep with you, Chong Emo said very seriously. After all, her hands were handcuffed to Soo-yoon's. If Soo-yoon went to bed to sleep, she would have to sleep with him. Soo-yoon said, then think of a way yourself. You can stand, sit, or lie down. I just want to sleep. If you don't find it tiring, you can do whatever you want. But don't torture me. Soo-yoon, you're doing this on purpose, Chong Emo said. I don't have time for that, Soo-yoon said. Then why don't you just torture me like a prisoner? Chong Emo said. I'm not that kind of person. I don't need to do that kind of thing. Soo-yoon smiled. Don't worry. Unless we completely fall out because of our bola, I won't hurt a defenseless woman. Chong Emo said very seriously, if you don't kill me now, you'll regret it when you want to kill me. Unfortunately, I've never done anything that will make me regret it, Soo-yoon said. Don't worry about me. Think about how you're going to sleep. As long as you don't drag me down with you, I don't care what position you're in. Who the hell are you? Chong Mo's curiosity was completely aroused. She realized that she was in trouble. Not only was she in trouble, but even Skynet was in trouble this time. This guy was someone who was willing to sacrifice his life for our bola. Soo-yoon's smile was very mysterious. Do you really want to know who I am? Chapter 23-22. After a few seconds of silence, Chong Emo nodded seriously. That's right. She was very curious about Soo-yoon's true identity. What kind of person would chase after our bowler so relentlessly? Su Yun smiled again. Have you studied the history of Hua Xia? A little. Chong Mo was stunned. She didn't understand what history had to do with Su Yun, but she still blurted out what Su Yun said. Cao Cao was a hero of the Three Kingdoms. Since you know a little, you must know, Su Yun said. Don't tell me you're the descendant of Su Huang, one of Cao Cao's generals? Chong Mo's eyes widened. Then why don't you say something more powerful? Jian Wei, Su Chu, Pound. These people are probably more powerful than Su Huang, right? You've read too much romance of the Three Kingdoms, haven't you? Su Yun asked. Why don't you mention Chao Zhang, Zhang Liao, and Xiahou Yuan too? Then what are you trying to say? Don't tell me you're talking about Su Ji? Chong Mo said. Actually, Su Ji isn't bad. At least he's better than Zhang Yi and Liao Hua. But I remember there's a saying that Liao Hua was the vanguard because there were no generals in Shu. It sounds like Liao Hua isn't that strong. Su Ji beating him isn't something to brag about, is it? Su Yun's face darkened. I'm not talking to you about the old ancestor. I'm talking about something else. Can you not change the subject? You're the one who started it. What does it have to do with me? Chong Mo said. How would I know what you mean? I'm talking about Cao Cao's ferocious cavalry. Have you heard of them? Su Yun asked. Cao Cao's terrifying cavalry, the Death Knights. But I don't think there's much about them in the Three Kingdoms. There's only a legend that a ferocious cavalry soldier could withstand the azure dragon saber of War Saint Guan Yu. Chong Mo's knowledge of this was beyond Su Yun's imagination. Su Yun looked at Chong Mo with interest and asked, What else do you know? The history books say that the ferocious leopard cavalry is the world's most valiant cavalry. Perhaps 100-men general can only be the ferocious leopard cavalry's pawns. The world's most valiant cavalry really lives up to its name. I think that in terms of individual bravery, only Su Chu's Tiger Guards can compare to the ferocious cavalry, right? Chong Mo was very interested in ancient history, so it wasn't surprising that he knew so much. Su Yun praised, Not bad, you even know this. The ferocious leopard cavalry once defeated Han Shiliang's iron cavalry and killed 2 generals. This basically shows that the ferocious leopard cavalry was the trump card of the entire Three Kingdoms period. Chong Mo said. After she finished speaking, she hesitated for a moment. Why are you telling me this? Is he in the mood to talk about history? Isn't your heart a little too big? I don't have such a big heart, and I'm not talking about history with you. Su Yun said, I'm just giving an example. If I was in the Three Kingdoms period, I would be the captain of the ferocious leopard cavalry. Chong Mo frowned. She didn't understand what Su Yun meant. What nonsense are you talking about? You're the captain of the ferocious leopard cavalry? Do you even know how to ride a horse? You don't have to look down on me like this. Su Yun said, If I don't even know how to ride a horse, then I don't deserve to be here. Chong Mo was quite knowledgeable about history, but she didn't understand Su Yun's analogy at all. Su Yun wanted to say that his current situation and status were equivalent to the generals of the ferocious leopard cavalry, but Chong Mo didn't understand what he was trying to say. Right now, Chong Mo wasn't in the mood to continue talking about history with Su Yun. She lowered her head and looked at the handcuffs on her wrists. Her heart was in a mess. How could she endure this torture? It was already late, but Remnant Sky and the others still didn't see Chong Mo. This made them anxious. Nian Yi got up and paced back and forth many times, but she still couldn't get rid of the uneasiness in her heart. Why isn't she back yet? Could something have happened to her? Nian Yi muttered over and over again. Jie Su was getting a headache from his words. Nothing should have happened, but you jinxed it. I'm worried. Aren't you worried too? Nian Yi exclaimed. Look at how long she's been gone. Is this normal? Regardless of whether something has happened or not, your incessant nagging won't do any good. Jie Su said, just wait patiently. She might be back soon. Waiting isn't a solution either. Are we going to keep waiting like this? Nian Yi had the urge to go out and look for her. All right, stop arguing, both of you. Gu Li said, Chong Mo hasn't returned for such a long time. Perhaps something has really happened. Even so, we have to stay calm. Nian Yi slammed her fist on the ground. I told you that we shouldn't have let her go out on her own. Now that something has happened, what do you think we should do? Complaining won't solve anything. We should stay calm at a time like this. Gu Li said, Don't worry, Chong Mo isn't that easy to deal with. We have to believe in her. Perhaps she has run into some trouble, but I believe that she won't give up so easily. Remnant Sky, say something. Nian Yi exclaimed. You're the one who let her go. You can't just say something when something has happened. What nonsense are you spouting? Gu Li said. Remnant Sky would feel even worse if Nian Yi said that. Remnant Sky knew very well that he was the one who had made the decision, so he must bear the responsibility. He didn't need anyone to remind him at a time like this, so Nian Ye's words would only upset him. I'm telling the truth. If we hadn't made that decision back then, this situation wouldn't have happened. Nian Yi was genuinely worried about Chong Mo. She had no other intentions. Remnant Sky finally spoke. That's right, the responsibility lies with me. I'm not asking you to bear any responsibility. I'm asking you to hurry up and tell us what we should do now. Nian Yi said, I definitely won't agree to wait any longer. Chong Mo may be immature and childish at times, but she knows that we need her at times like this. She'll definitely do her best to complete the mission. Remnant Sky agreed with Nian Yi. I also believe that Chong Mo must have run into some trouble. I'll go look for her now. Give me 12 hours. If I'm not back by tomorrow morning, you guys, find a way to get our Bola out of here. Don't worry about the two of us anymore. The other three fell silent. They understood what Remnant Sky meant. It was a very, very serious statement. They knew very well what it meant. Sky's I did not care about abandoning or giving up. In order to achieve their ultimate goal, abandoning and giving up were things that Sky's Eyes members had to learn. In other words, if Remnant Sky and Chong Mo did not return by tomorrow, the other three would have to give up on the two of them and prioritize protecting Arbola. They would have to transport the items out as soon as possible. You won't. I believe you won't. Gu Li said, We'll wait for you. We'll wait for you to bring Chong Mo back. Remnant Sky nodded and quickly disappeared into the night. He knew that time waited for no one. The situation now was extremely urgent. Every minute he was late, Chong Mo would be in more danger. This was the most dangerous situation the five of them had encountered since they came out. Chong Mo's disappearance cast a shadow over everyone's hearts. Everyone's expression was stiff. Gu Li was like that. Nian Yi was like that as well. Jie Su's originally expressionless face looked even uglier. Remnant Sky's feelings were more complicated than anyone else's. He bore the greatest responsibility because he was the cause of all of this. If he had been more resolute at that time and directly rejected Chong Mo's request, today's incident would not have happened. He absolutely could not let anything happen to Chong Mo. Even if he had to die here, he absolutely could not let anything happen to Chong Mo. Who could understand the struggle in Remnant Sky's heart? No one could understand. Remnant Sky was the one who was suffering the most right now. The multifaceted pressure made it hard for him to breathe. This was the first time he had felt so much pressure. The immense pressure he had never felt before was even more unbearable than the first time he went on a mission. Someone who could not be missed had gone missing. Remnant Sky had no reason to explain. He had to find her. Chapter 23-23. Not only did Su Yun manage to capture Tian Yan's men, but he also received another piece of good news. Chongbai Mountain had received a clear message through various channels. They had also confirmed the location of the snow ape and were preparing to take action in an hour. However, Su Yun couldn't share this good news with Feng Luo. Qiao Kaiyu didn't know if it was because he was worried that Feng Luo would get too close to them, or if it was because he realized how shameless he was, but he didn't appear in front of them for the entire day. Chow Kai-yu only came to the Three Lotus Association late at night. The only reason he came here was to confirm the rumors he had heard outside. Su Yun had captured the snow ape. This was the only thing Chow Kai-yu wanted to confirm. Capturing Tianyan's men was a big deal. This was related to when he could get his hands on the treasure. Chow Kai-yu couldn't miss out on such an important hostage. Wu Yuandong was quite speechless. Boss Chow got the news pretty quickly. You're already here before Tianyan's men were lured out. I can tell you that we've captured the snow ape, but we're the ones who captured him. It has nothing to do with you. You can't say that. Since we're in an alliance, we're the same bait. Chow Kai-yu said, the Three Lotus Association really has some tricks up their sleeves. However, you have to think carefully. After all, the other party isn't alone. It's a team. With just the strength of the Three Lotus Association, it's still dangerous. Feng Luo can at least help take half of the pressure off Su Yun. This was also the truth. This was also why they had to compromise with Chow Kai-yu. Boss Chow, if we need your help, we'll take the initiative to look for you. You don't have to stick to us like this every day. This isn't good for either of us, right? Wu Yuandong said, we admit that we've captured the snow ape. However, if you have any other requests, I'm afraid we can't comply. I just want to take a look. Chow Kai-yu said. If you don't believe me, you don't have to be so sure. If you believe me, then don't doubt me. Wu Yuandong said, it's getting late. Our young miss is already resting. It's not convenient to take you there. Chow Kai-yu smiled slightly. The people of Heaven's Eye are all experts. I'm afraid even you are not their match. Even if you catch someone, it must be Su Yun personally taking care. In this case, I'm afraid he won't be able to eat or sleep in peace. This old thing is really smart. Wu Yuandong frowned. It's not convenient to chat with Boss Chow. If Boss Chow wants to stay here and rest, the guest room is still prepared for you. If you don't want to stay here, then please leave. Okay. Then I won't disturb you. Chow Kai-yu said, I live here. If there's anything, we can talk tomorrow. Wu Yuandong ignored Chow Kai-yu, whose skin was as thick as a city wall. This kind of person could not be driven away. Chow Kai-yu came to his guest room with ease, and his heart was constantly calculating his little abacus. Wait a moment. Go and find out what's going on. After Chow Kai-yu returned to the guest room, he said to Feng Suo, be careful. Try not to let them know that I arranged for you to go. Boss Chow, since the person has been confirmed to be taken back to the Three Lotus Gang, what's there to find out? Feng Suo did not understand why Chow Kai-yu was doing this. Chow Kai-yu said, what do you know? This is called know yourself and know your enemy. No matter what you can hear, you have to tell me immediately. Feng Suo was helpless. He could only nod and agree. Then I'll go now. Wait a moment. Don't be so anxious. We just arrived. They are still on guard. Wait a moment. Wait an hour. Chow Kai-yu said. Although he did not know what he wanted to hear, he still felt that if he could find out more information, he would have a better chance of winning. Feng Suo could only follow Chow Kai-yu's instructions. Although this did not seem to be good for Su Yun, he believed that Su Yun would understand him. An hour later, Feng Suo nimbly found his way to Su Yun's room. However, before he could hear anything, Su Yun spoke first. Come in. I've been waiting for you for a long time. Feng Suo was stunned. Chong Mo, who was tied up with Su Yun, was also shocked. She did not know who was outside and did not hear anything. Feng Suo pushed open the door and entered. Chong Mo was shocked. It's you. So you really did catch one. Feng Suo said indifferently. Boss Chow did not believe me and wanted me to check it out. With his personality, he would definitely do that. There is nothing strange about it. Su Yun smiled. Come in. What is your relationship with him? Chong Mo did not understand. The two who should have been at each other's throats were actually chatting like normal friends. Su Yun ignored Chong Mo's confusion and threw his phone to Feng Suo. Look at the picture. It is safe. Feng Luo was stunned. He doubtfully picked up the phone that Su Yun had thrown to him. When the photo entered his eyes, he recognized it at a glance. That's right. It was his snow ape. It was the one that was captured by the logging organization. How did you do it? Feng Suo looked at Su Yun in disbelief. Su Yun smiled. I said that if I think I can do it, I will definitely do it. Qiao Kaiyu should know that the snow ape has been taken by now. The area where they illegally logged has been cleaned up. The people in charge are all waiting to be sentenced. He didn't say anything to me, Feng Suo said. Maybe he hasn't received the news yet, but he should know soon. Su Yun said, I'll make a bet with you. He won't tell you about this. If you ask him about the Yetis and ask him to send you a picture of the Yetis, I'm afraid he'll be dumbfounded. Feng Luo clenched his fists tightly. Don't worry. Your snow ape is no longer in danger. I will have my brothers send it back to your world safely, Su Yun. Don't worry, I won't be like Qiao Kaiyu. Just like that, Su Yun easily took care of what he needed to do. Even if he took the snow ape, he didn't use it as a threat. Feng Suo took a deep breath. So the trust between people didn't need to be threatened. That was trust. What Qiao Kaiyu gave him wasn't trust at all. It was threat and use. That was all. This is our bait. Su Yun pointed at Chong Mo. I believe the other 4 people in skies. I will think of a way to save her soon. When the time comes, it will depend on how much you can help me. Even if I bet my life, I won't let you down. Feng Suo said, as long as they dare to come, I dare not let them go back. What's important is the thing in their hands, and if we can keep them alive, then we should. Su Yun. Su Yun was too curious about Sky's Eye. That was why he felt that they had to keep them alive. Keeping them alive was the most important thing. Chong Mo spat. You guys can keep dreaming. You still want to keep them alive? You still want to do this and that. You are too naive. When the time comes, you will know how powerful we are. You will regret messing with us. I should be the one saying that to you. It's your bad luck that your Sky's Eye met me. Su Yun smiled faintly. If you want to blame someone, blame yourself. Why did you have to come to Huaxia to do something? Chong Mo struggled twice, but she had no ability to resist. Just now, Su Yun had inserted 2 needles into 2 acupoints on her back. After these 2 needles were inserted, all of Chong Mo's Zhen Qi seemed to have been sealed. She was completely like an ordinary person. She could feel that she was now a girl without any strength to truss a chicken. Chong Mo knew that sealing acupuncture points with silver needles was a very high-level technique. It would prevent her from circulating her true energy for 24 hours. Su Yun was relieved. Even if Chong Mo slept, she wouldn't be able to kill him. Now that Snow's ape is fine, I can rest easy, Feng Suo said. Thank you. But I have to go back, otherwise Boss Chow will get suspicious. Go on, Su Yun said with a grin. When the time comes, help me out. Consider it a thank you. Feng Suo clasped hands and bowed, then turned and left. Chapter 23-24. Why are you two working together? Aren't you a match for her? Chong Mo looked at Su Yun in confusion. She was shocked by their alliance. This was not good news for Sky's Eye. Chong Mo was well aware of Su Yun's strength, and she had also witnessed Feng Lu's strength. Both of them were freakishly strong, not people who could be trifled with. Feng Lu alone was enough to suppress Gu Li and her. Judging from their current relationship, Su Yun's strength was definitely not below Feng Lu's. Now that she was being controlled, once her 4 brothers came looking for her, she would have to face the 2 masters, Su Yun and Feng Lu, as well as Wu Yuandong of the 3 Lotus Association and a few other hallmasters. Although their strength was mediocre, they were still masters and could not be underestimated.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
We all want our bola, so of course we're not a match, Suyun said. At least until our bola gets it, none of us are a match. You're really despicable, Chong Mo said. Suyun faltered slightly upon hearing this. What's so despicable about that? It's completely normal. If the item is in their hands, and we all want it, we might be able to form an alliance. Impossible. Sky's Eye has never formed an alliance with anyone.
Chong Mo said.
That's because you're too confident, Suyun said, and you have the advantage in numbers, so of course you don't need to form an alliance.
But I need to. I won't let myself be attacked from both sides.
Besides, you know what kind of strength Feng Lu has.
Chong Mo snorted. Looks like you've thought it through very thoroughly.
But I still have to warn you, Sky's Eye is not to be trifled with.
Can you tell me why you're doing this? Suyun said, I'm really curious about your actions.
What is your goal?
How could a commoner like you understand what we're doing? Chong Mo said, I don't need to waste my breath on you. Maybe you can convince me, and I'll let you go. Suyun smiled.
Even though he didn't believe it himself, Chong Mo was stunned. Her eyes revealed a look of trust. Chong Mo stared at Suyun for a long time before he suddenly said, Really? In the face of Chong Mo's pure and innocent trust, Suyun's smile was somewhat bitter. That depends on whether you can convince me.
Heaven's Eye exists to purify the world. Chong Mo said, Everything we do is to punish those who deserve to be punished.
We have never killed any innocent people. The people we punish are all sinners who deserve to die.
Suyun took a deep breath.
But who gave you this right? Of course, it's the right that Father gave us. Chong Mo said, Our lives were saved by Father. We have to do what he wants us to do. If Father didn't punish those who controlled us, we wouldn't be where we are today. So today, we will continue to punish those who deserve to be punished for Father.
Suyun frowned.
Then your father is... You don't deserve to know.
Chong Mo said, I can only tell you that everything we do is for the world. Suyun could see the loneliness and pain in Chong Mo. Only people like her could have such an aura. Chong Mo had many similarities to Suyun when he was young.
You're an orphan.
Suyun said lightly, Where did you grow up?
Heaven's Eye, of course.
Chong Mo said. Suyun shook his head. I'm talking about before you got Heaven's Eye.
Chong Mo's expression froze. She didn't seem to want to remember her childhood at all.
Chong Mo couldn't bear the pain of that childhood.
So when Suyun mentioned it, she had such a terrified expression.
No.
Chong Mo shook her head vigorously. I don't have that. Everything before I got Heaven's Eye has disappeared in hell.
I don't have that life. The memories of life won't lie to us.
Suyun said, Maybe your father forced you to forget the pain, but it's a fact that can't be erased. It's a fact that none of us can change.
Chong Mo hugged his head with all his might and shook his head repeatedly.
No.
I didn't. I've already forgotten.
Running away won't solve anything.
Suyun said, My childhood wasn't as good as yours. Didn't I also endure until now?
Do you know what misery is?
Chong Mo laughed coldly. You don't know what true pain is. If you were sold by your birth parents for drug money, would you be able to bear it? Do you know what it's like? Suyun was silent.
It was as he imagined. Behind every person in Heaven's Eye, there seemed to be a secret that couldn't be told.
They weren't truly evil and vicious.
Instead, it was their experiences that turned them into the way they were today. How sad was that? That kind of pain was something that Suyun couldn't understand or bear. The first time I killed someone, I was only 3 years old.
If I didn't kill my partner, she would kill me.
Chong Mo said, Those inhumane bastards only gave each of us 10 minutes.
She didn't kill me in 10 minutes, so the knife came to my hand.
If I don't kill her in 10 minutes, both of us will be executed.
Suyun didn't say anything.
Chong Mo was a bit emotional. So I did it. So, I killed the first true friend of my life. She was just like me, a pitiful person. I don't know where she was sold, and then a child who was chosen. The maxim of that place is very simple. If you don't have the courage to kill, you will only end up being killed. Chong Emo said, "Do you know, I grew up in that place day by day. There were more than 100 girls there with me. In just 3 years, there were only 5 left." The Red Group. Su Yun said, "It seems like there is only one such group in the world. They only train girls. Every 3 years, they will train a few outstanding female assassins." When Chong Emo heard this name, her whole body shook. Yes, this was the name she didn't want to hear the most in her life. So the destruction of the Red Group was related to Heaven's Eye. Su Yun said, "Was it done by Heaven's Eye?" "That's right." Chong Emo said, "Everyone there deserved to die. Dying 10,000 times wouldn't be enough to atone for their sins. They never treated human lives as human lives. They never treated us as human beings. How many women would become their playthings just because they looked at them? They all deserved to die." Su Yun could feel Chong Mo's deep hatred for the Red Group. That kind of hatred couldn't be described in a few words. "If it wasn't for Father, I would have become a sinner. A sinner who can never be washed away." Chong Mo said, "I want to wash away the sins I committed before. I have to constantly change the sins I committed. I want to wash away everything and become a sinner. I want to eliminate all the sins in the world." Su Yun really wanted to say that this kind of brainwashing was really too successful. Perhaps each of the Heaven's Eyes thought that their actions were to wash away their sins, to eliminate them, but they didn't know that their actions were still a kind of sin. You are only doing this to free yourself. Can you really wash away all your sins? I don't think so. Su Yun said, "I don't know what your father said to you, but what you are doing now is still a sin." No. If it's to punish the sinners, then it's not a sin. Chong Mo said, "In order to stop the sins from happening, everything we do is right. No matter what method we use, no matter what impact we cause, it's all right. You have no reason to convince yourself." Su Yun said. Chong Mo said very firmly, "Of course I do. Because everything I do is to stop the sins from happening. So I have a reason to use any method to stop them. Because it's right. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. Don't find excuses for your sins." Su Yun didn't agree with Chong Mo's words. Chapter 23-25. What is right and what is wrong? Chong Mo asked, "In this world, there is no standard to measure right and wrong. What you think is right and wrong is what you think is right and wrong, but what I think is right and wrong is what I think is right and wrong. Our standards are different, so how can we talk about right and wrong?" Su Yun smiled. "This is a philosophical question. I have no right to speak. I am not a philosopher, but you are not one either. I only know that everything about Heaven's Eye is contradictory. You use your disdainful actions to treat those you think are wrong, so you are no different from those people. Buddha said that if I don't go to hell, who will? Some things have to be done by someone. This person is not you, not someone else. If it is not me, then who should do it?" Chong Mo said, "Our standpoints are different, and the things we pursue are also different. You don't understand this at all. Buddha means that you can go to hell to save anyone who repents. If not me, then who? It means that all living things are equal." Su Yun said, "You don't have the concept of all living things being equal, so how can you talk about Buddha?" Chong Mo snorted, "Su Yun, don't make it sound so nice. There is no one in this world who doesn't have evil intentions. It is not that they don't want to do evil, but the price of doing evil is too high. If there were no sanctions, do you think the world would be like this? Human society has developed for thousands of years, from slave society to feudal society to today's civilized society. It was all step by step. That is why there are laws." Su Yun said, "Laws are sanctions, and they set the price. Then why are there still people who knowingly break the law and take risks? Isn't it because of the loopholes in the law?" Chong Mo said, Since it is not perfect, there must be someone to fill the loopholes in the law, and Heaven's Eye is used to fill the loopholes in the law. Su Yun shook his head. Nonsense, Heaven's Eye is knowingly breaking the law and taking risks. Their actions are not honorable at all. You're talking nonsense. Chong Mo snorted. If the Heaven's Eye's actions aren't honorable, then there's nothing honorable in this world. Then why did you hide it when you used the Ebola virus as a weapon to spread the virus? Su Yun asked. Why couldn't you just bring it out in the open? That's not something you can understand. You don't need to know. Chong Mo said, Wang Jinjin has something important that we need to get our hands on. Once we get that thing, we can carry out the next step of our bigger plan. Su Yun smiled and said, Extract? You guys are really unscrupulous. However, it's too late now. The refining agent in Wang Jinjin's hands has already been destroyed. That kind of thing that can cause a large-scale riot must not be left alive. I thought you weren't that naive, but it turns out that you are. Chong Mo said, You didn't really think that the extraction agents were all destroyed, did you? Let me tell you. Actually, we already have it. As long as the benefits are attractive enough, there will be people willing to take the risk. Su Yun frowned. He didn't know what happened in Hong Kong and Macau, but he didn't dare to deny it. Su Yun, do you think you're a righteous person? Don't tell me you won't make mistakes? Chong Mo sneered. Do you think that when you were undercover by Wang Jinjin's side, everything you did was legal? Since you know that I'm undercover, that means the law gave me the authority, Su Yun said. I have the authority. Chong Mo didn't think much of it. The law gives you the authority to kill De Kuan, or even Wang Jinjin, or anyone in Hongdong society. Because their hands are not clean, they deserve to die. However, did the law give you the authority to humiliate Officer Yang? Did the law give you the authority to hurt Li Guang? None of those, right? Su Yun was speechless. Although Chong Mo's words were a little twisted, Su Yun had no reason to refute it. Su Yun felt extremely guilty about the harm he had caused Li Guang and Yang Qi. Therefore, when Chong Mo threw out this question, Su Yun was completely speechless. The truth was that he had no choice but to do something to achieve his ultimate goal. What was the difference between such actions and the actions of Sky's Eye? Therefore, this was something that left Su Yun completely speechless. I won't do something like this again, Su Yun said with his head lowered. As long as the end result is attractive enough, anyone will do something they don't want to do, Chong Mo said. You think you were forced, but aren't we the same? It's just that we've been through a lot, so we've gotten used to it. Su Yun, it's not a habit, it's numbness. What's the difference? Chong Mo said. Have you always thought of yourself as a good person? But in my opinion, it's just that the temptation isn't enough. If the temptation is enough, you won't think that way. If I strip naked in front of you right now, do you think you'll still be a gentleman? Su Yun, I may not be a gentleman, but I'm definitely not a lowly person. If I can't even handle something like this, I really don't deserve to preach in front of you. If you think you can handle it, that's because I didn't do it. If I really did it, would you reject the beauty that was sent to your mouth? In my opinion, no man would reject it. Chong Mo said, Morality is restrained because the temptation isn't enough and the risk is too high. Su Yun didn't say anything. He didn't know what Chong Mo was trying to prove, but what she said made sense. How many people could withstand such temptation? When the temptation was enough and the risk was zero, no one would be able to resist it. Do you dare to make a bet with me? Chong Mo said. Su Yun shook his head. I don't need to make a bet with you. I won't lose, so I'm not interested in making a bet with you. It's not that you're not interested, it's that you don't dare. Chong Mo said, because you're afraid of losing. If you lose, you'll lose everything you believe in. Don't be too confident. Su Yun said, not all men will be like a thirsty dog that sees a sweet spring when they see a woman. That's something that happens in Japan's **********. You don't need to argue with me about principles because I won't lose. You won't get the result you want.
Chong Mo snorted. Then let's try. She didn't believe there was such a man in the world. She wanted to completely expose Su Yun's hypocritical mask. She wanted to let Su Yun know that everything he did was because he was wearing a mask of morality. When this mask was trampled, there was no difference between a man and an animal. This was why the heavens I did these things. It was because they had seen too many things done by people who had lost their masks of morality. They were truly worse than animals. Since they were already worse than animals, why struggle? Living under a mask was a kind of hypocrisy. Chong Mo wanted to see where Su Yun's confidence came from. No matter what price she had to pay today, she had to make Su Yun's heart collapse. As she spoke, Chong Mo really took off her outer clothes. Her half-transparent lace underwear was exposed to the air. Chong Mo's proud peaks and snow-white skin were all exposed. This was a scene Su Yun never expected. Chong Mo's actions were so sudden that Su Yun was caught off guard. Do you still want to endure? My acupuncture points have been sealed by you and I have lost all ability to resist. As long as you like, I can be manipulated by you without being able to resist. Don't you want to try it? Chong Mo directly declared war on Su Yun. Su Yun looked at Chong Mo and didn't come back to his senses for a long time. He really didn't understand what this girl was trying to prove. Was the truth in her heart so important that she would disregard everything to prove it? I said, I'm a man of principles. Su Yun finally chose to close his eyes. Chong Mo snorted. You don't even dare to look because you're afraid you can't suppress the evil in your heart. If you can really let wine and meat pass through your intestines, the person in Buddha's heart won't care about anything in front of her. Chapter 23-26. Everyone hides behind the four walls of wine, sex, avarice, and temper. If anyone can jump over them, even if he's not an immortal, he'll still live a long life. Chong Mo still insisted on standing in front of Su Yun. This is a poem written by a monk in the past. If you don't have any reaction at all, then you should really become a monk. Drinking without getting drunk is the best. Seeing women without being charmed is the best. Wealth is unjust. Be patient and let it go. Su Yun, it's not that you can do anything without touching, but as long as you know the limit, it's a kind of success. Chong Mo said, then open your eyes and look at me. After saying that, Chong Mo took off her underwear and put it on Su Yun's shoulder. The unique fragrance of a girl made Su Yun excited. Body fragrance was different from perfume. Su Yun didn't like the strong perfume smell at all. But this girl's scent made it hard for him to extricate himself from it. Although the fragrance of luxury brands was unique, there weren't many people who were willing to spend thousands or even hundreds of thousands on a bottle of perfume. Most people still used cheap perfume that cost a few hundred yuan. This kind of perfume would never be as gentle as body fragrance. Do you really think I'm a monk? Su Yun, I'm not a monk. If you insist on sending yourself to me, I'm not that noble. Humph, are monks noble? Chong Mo said disapprovingly, not all monks are truly virtuous and virtuous. When faced with enough temptation, they will also abandon their own beliefs and not care about them. Even the monk CEO was reported by his own disciple. Corruption, womanizing, abusing power. Aren't these things the talk of Hua Xia? I admit that. There's no smoke without fire. Black and white can't be reversed. Right and wrong have their own opinions. Su Yun, times have changed. Some monks feel wronged and feel that they can't be bound by the rules of 100 years ago. Monks can still drive and play with their phones. The rules and precepts are just a title. What rules should Buddhists follow? What do they believe in? Cultivators should have self-restraint. Monks shouldn't be lenient to the outside world and cultivate in peace. You claim to be a Buddhist, but you don't follow the rules of cultivation. What kind of monk are you? Chong Mo said, when you enter this sect, you have to follow the rules. If you can't even follow the most basic rules, why should you wear a kasaya and pretend to be a monk? On the one hand, they enjoy the incense oil offered by the believers, but they don't promote the true essence of Buddhism. Instead,
they enjoy themselves, which is contrary to the teachings of Buddhism. Is this what a monk is like today? Su Yun said, that's just an exception. I believe that not all monks are like that. There will always be people who will carry forward the true essence of Buddhism. There will always be people who will cultivate and become Buddhas. I don't think so. Chong Mo said, a monk should be free of all things and shouldn't be burdened by the words of others. But now, could these monks do it? Even monks can marry and have children. How ridiculous! Even those who have returned to the secular world shouldn't be able to do that. The doctrine emphasized on the essence of suffering, the essence of gathering, the essence of destruction, and the essence of Tao. Before people understood the Tao, they were attached to the 6 realms of reincarnation. Buddhism believed that all living beings would rise and fall between the 6 realms of heaven, man, asura, hell, ghost, and beast. Therefore, the liberation that Buddhism pursued was to escape the fate of the 6 realms of reincarnation and reach the state of nirvana without love or anger. If getting married and having children meant that they were attached to the human path of the 6 realms, it meant that they were willing to sink into the suffering of the 6 realms. This went against the teachings of the 4 truths of suffering. However, many people didn't really understand these things, so they thought that there was no difference between what a monk did. The rules and regulations of a monk were actually very necessary. The 5 precepts were murder, robbery, lust, and drunkenness, and the 3 poisons were greed, anger, and stupidity. If they couldn't even guard against these, then what was the point of cultivating? What a monk wants to do is his business. I didn't grow up drinking the water of the Pacific Ocean, so I don't have to care so much. Su Yun said, I only care about myself and do what I should do. In for a penny, in for a pound. Chong Mo pressed his entire body against Su Yun's body. Then do whatever you want. Is it worth it? Su Yun said, to prove everything you know, you're willing to do this? It's not worth it. Then is it worth it for you to endure like this? To prove to me that you're not the kind of person I said you were, you're willing to give up such an opportunity? Chong Mo said, do you know how many men I saw staring at me? As long as I curled my finger, I believe that those men would even lick their toes for me. There are many people like that. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. Su Yun said, appetite and lust are part of human nature. This is a very normal state of mind. Chong Mo said, that means you want it too. As long as you have such thoughts, you're a pitiful person. Thoughts don't mean implementation. Why do you have to be so extreme? Su Yun said, if everyone with evil thoughts had to die, then there would be no living person in the world. Those who can suppress their evil thoughts have a moral bottom line. Only those who don't suppress their evil thoughts are worthy of your term. Chong Mo snorted, those who have evil thoughts deserve to die. Man is born good. The things in the 3-character classic make sense, don't they? The complexity of the world will always change a person. Su Yun said, it's the same for you. If you lived in a different environment, you wouldn't have become like this, right? Chong Mo said, unfortunately, I didn't live in an environment where I could silently accept the ugliness of the world. I'm thankful that I lived in an environment where I could destroy these ugliness. Do you really think so? Su Yun finally opened his eyes. If you had a choice, would you still want to live like this? I don't believe it. Unfortunately, there are no ifs. Chong Mo's expression was numb. I don't have another chance to choose. My life was already set in stone. I have never regretted anything I've done. If Arbola isn't safely destroyed, you will regret it. Su Yun suddenly shouted. Chong Mo grabbed Su Yun's hand and placed it on his body. You should first prove to me that you can persevere through me before you care about Arbola. As long as you don't pursue the whereabouts of the Arbola weapon and let them go, I will be yours from now on. No matter what you want me to do, I will do it. Why can't you understand? Su Yun pulled his hand back. Your resentment runs too deep. Chong Mo really did not understand. What did the Arbola weapon have to do with Su Yun? Why would he pull his hand back in the face of such temptation? I have my principles. I hope you won't force me to do anything to you, Su-yun said. Put your clothes back on. What if I don't? Chong-mo asked. Su-yun suddenly slashed the back of Chong-mo's neck. Chong-mo's vision turned black and he fainted on the bed. Su-yun helped Chong-mo put his clothes back on, and his understanding of heaven's eye deepened. It turned out that their heaven's eye yearned for a perfect utopian world, a world without sin. There was no one who did not yearn for such a world. It was believed that everyone yearned for such a world, but such a world would never exist. There would always be sin in any society. No matter when, sin would never disappear. This was how the world was. Where there was black, there was white. Where there was light, there was darkness. Where there was kindness, there was evil. This was something that would never disappear. It was a simple principle. A Taiji diagram was enough to explain everything. You will understand it sooner or later. Su-yun looked at Chong-mo, who was unconscious on the bed, and said, The world is still full of light. If there really comes a day, nothing can be perfect. Even if it is a piece of pure jade, the impurities inside can still be seen under a microscope tens of thousands of times. Chong-mo did not dare to believe the results of today's events. Su-yun really did not touch her and did not have any evil thoughts. This touched Chong-mo deeply. If there was no Su-yun, she would never believe that there was a person without evil thoughts in the world. Sleep. You will know tomorrow. Su-yun also lay on the bed. There are still men in the world who can sleep beside you and not take off your clothes. Su-yun not only did not take off her clothes, he even helped her put them back on. It was not that Su-yun did not want to do anything. It was just that Su-yun knew what he should and should not do. If he did not have such principles, how could he be human? Chapter 23-27. When Chong-mo woke up in the morning, Su-yun was no longer in the room. Su-yun had sealed her acupuncture points with silver needles. She couldn't break it on her own, so she was no longer a threat. That was why Su-yun dared to leave her alone in the room. Looking at the clothes she was wearing, Chong-mo was stunned. She looked down at herself and used her heart to feel. She found that there was nothing wrong with her at all. Su-yun really didn't touch her. Phew! Did this guy have no desire at all? Chong-mo couldn't believe it. Dad said that everyone was a creature of desire. As long as there was enough temptation, no one would be able to control themselves. This was the same logic as cats eating fish and wolves eating meat. However, did this logic lose its effectiveness when it came to Su-yun? It didn't lose its effectiveness. Humans were creatures of desire. People would pursue their goals in order to achieve their goals. One was through hard work, the other was through unscrupulous means. This was the difference between humans. Su-yun was the first type. That was why he knew how to control himself and limit his actions. In Chong-mo's eyes, there were only the second type of people. She belonged to the second type as well. The heaven's eyes were unscrupulous in doing what they thought was right. They were unscrupulous in punishing the sinners they thought deserved retribution. That was why Su-yun was completely different from her. This also meant that Chong-mo lost to Su-yun in the end. Su-yun didn't do anything to her and maintained his rationality. Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. Chong-mo muttered to herself. She still couldn't believe that there was someone in this world who could control himself like this. Yesterday, she had lost all consciousness. Su-yun could do whatever he wanted to her. She couldn't resist at all. Moreover, she was the one who took off her clothes. Su-yun only needed to gently open her legs and everything would belong to him. Even so, Su-yun didn't do that. Su-yun used his actions to break Chong-mo's understanding of the world. She suddenly began to doubt whether the world in her eyes was real and evil. Chong-mo got out of bed and quickly opened the door to go out. There were two people standing at the door. When they saw her, they immediately became alert. Chong-mo's reaction was really fast. She immediately attacked the two people. Unfortunately, her acupuncture points were sealed by Su-yun and she couldn't circulate her qi. Even if she attacked, the damage she could cause to the two people at the door would be negligible. She was now just an ordinary girl with some skills. This kind of attack was nothing to the two members of the Three Lotus Association. Seeing that his attack was useless, Chong Mo's face darkened. "Where's Su Yun? Please go back to your room and wait for a moment. Brother Yun will be back soon." They were quite polite to Chong Mo. They believed that Su Yun had specifically instructed them that as long as Chong Mo did not try to force her way out, they would be polite to her. Of course, Chong Mo wasn't going to be so obedient. She was about to leave. Two arms blocked Chong Mo's path. "You'd better go back to your room. If you want to leave, we won't go easy on you. With just the two of you." Chong Mo took a deep breath. If it was in the past, these two people wouldn't be able to stop her. Even if there were two more, or even 10 of them, she wouldn't care. But now, she fell silent after saying those words. Now, these two people were enough to trap her. She didn't have the ability to fight back. If you still want to force your way out, we can only be disrespectful. Their attitude was very firm. If Chong Mo dared to do anything, they wouldn't hesitate to push her into her room and lock her up. Chong Mo suppressed the anger in her heart and turned around to return to her room. That damned Su Yun. He actually used such a method to deal with her. She couldn't even fight back against these two lowly guards. Ken Kong was very efficient. After a night of investigation, he already knew Chong Mo's whereabouts. By the time he returned to meet up with the other three had already lost their patience from waiting. Seeing that Ken Kong had returned, Nian Yi was the first to step forward. "Did you find out anything about Chong Mo? When she came out of the supermarket yesterday, she was taken away by the Three Lotus Association." Ken Kong said, "That Su Yun must be very powerful. Chong Mo doesn't seem to have any ability to fight back against him. She's been taken to the Three Lotus Association to be detained." Nian Ye's expression was very gloomy. He really regretted letting Chong Mo go out alone. He shouldn't have let her go. He should have gone with her. Being detained means that she's not in danger. Gu Li analyzed rationally. The other party's goal is very clear. They want to use Chong Mo as bait to lure us out and capture us all in one fell swoop. Jie Su clenched his fists and laughed icily. "What kind of joke is this? That Su Yun alone, no matter how powerful he is, he can't possibly defeat the four of us." "That's right," Nian Yi added. "Let's fight it out with him. I'd like to see how he's going to fight against the four of us alone. If I don't get rid of this person, I, Nian Yi, am not human." "Don't speak too soon," Ken Kong said. "Based on my understanding, Su Yun isn't the other party's only opponent now. He has other helpers." Nian Yi was stunned. "If it's the Three Lotus Association's minions, let's not talk about them." "No," Ken Kong said. He then looked at Gu Li. The person who fought Gu Li back at Fisherman Street has probably formed an alliance with Su Yun. He and his boss are both staying in the Three Lotus Association. Gu Li was stunned. "You mean the person who used the flying ape fist?" "That's right." Ken Kong said, "That's also an expert we can't ignore. I'm pretty sure that he's already joined forces with Su Yun. They're now in an alliance and they're working together to defeat us." Jie Su was a little confused. "Aren't they all here for our bola? Why are they willing to form an alliance? There's no such thing as eternal rivals in this world. When they have the same goal, they can naturally put aside their differences." Ken Kong said, "They can now form a temporary alliance for the sake of getting what's still in our hands. Once we've snatched it away, they can then think of a way to solve the problem." "This is something we didn't expect." Gu Li took a deep breath. "No matter what, we're in a very bad situation now. We need to think carefully about what to do next." "Is there even a need to think about it? No matter what happens, we must rescue Chong Ma." Nian Yi said, "We don't have that much time to think about it. Saving people is more important." Gu Li glared at Nian Yi. "How are you going to save them? The situation is very clear now. Chongmo is bait and the other party is waiting for us to bite the bait. If we don't plan well, not only will we not be able to save them, we might not even be able to escape unscathed. So what? Are we not going to save them just because there's a risk? Nian said. I don't care what kind of risk there is, saving people is the most important thing. No matter what, I can't let Chongmo fall into their hands. Kan Kong patted Nian, indicating that he shouldn't be so emotional. That would make him lose his rationality. No one said that we shouldn't save them. We won't let Chongmo fall into their hands. The problem now is how we can save them with a higher success rate. That's right, we must save Chongmo. Gu Li added, you need to calm down. If you go in your current state, not only will you not be able to save them, you'll make things worse. Nian fell silent after he calmed down. Then how do you suggest we save them? We definitely can't do it alone. Jie Su rarely gave ideas, but this time was unexpected. The other party has two great experts. We won't be able to gain the upper hand in a one-on-one fight, so we need to act together. Any single action will give the other party an opportunity to seize. You're right, Kan Kong said. Even Gu Li couldn't gain the upper hand in a one-on-one fight, let alone Nian and Jie Su. Although the two of them were not below Gu Li in terms of strength, their intelligence was far from his. Therefore, if Gu Li couldn't gain the upper hand, the two of them wouldn't be able to do better. Chapter 23-28. If the four of us work together and fight 2 against 1, I believe we still have the ability to do so. Nian said, moreover, even though Gu Li doesn't have the upper hand in a one-on-one fight, you might not necessarily lose either. Everyone knew that Remnant was stronger than Gu Li. If Remnant could deal with one of them and arrange for the other two to deal with the other, there would still be a chance for one of them to save Chongmo. This is our only viable option at the moment. Gu Li nodded. We don't have any better ideas. This is a huge trap. We know it, but we still have to step into it. Remnant said, if we can get past it, we can leave Taiwan. However, we must ensure that nothing goes wrong. If we can't and one of us falls, everyone will fall into it. This question silenced everyone once again. Once all of them fell into it, they did not even dare to imagine what it would mean. Skies I had never failed before. This was something they had always been proud of. Now, they were facing the successor of the Flying Eight Fist, a man whose strength they could not determine even now. This was really troublesome. As the saying goes, know thyself and know thy enemy to be victorious in every battle. This was probably a situation Skies I had never encountered before. They had no idea what kind of situation they were facing. They did not even know their opponent's strength, so what was the point of knowing thyself and know thy enemy? They had already lost in terms of mental state alone. Remnant was well aware of everyone's current state of mind. They had all fallen into an unprecedented predicament. Skies I had never been in such a state after so many missions. They had faced all kinds of difficulties, but never in such a situation where they did not know what to do. This was the first time someone had been controlled. Just this alone was enough to make them feel helpless. No matter what, saving Chongmo is the first thing we need to do. Nian said, I won't hesitate even if I have to trade my life for it. If it were that simple, you wouldn't have to say it. Gu Li said, no one wants to see Chongmo like this. Nian, if you're still so irrational, I suggest you withdraw from this mission. Nian's constantly fluctuating emotions were difficult to control. Withdraw? The four of us are already in a difficult situation, and you want me to withdraw? Gu Li, do you still want to save them? We must save them. But our bowler must also be protected. Gu Li said, if you can't calm down, then take advantage of the time when we're saving people to find a chance to leave Taiwan. Don't leave us with nothing. Impossible. Nian immediately vetoed the idea. If I had the chance to get out of here, would we still need to waste time? If I were to leave now, it would be the same as pushing all of you into a fire pit. I can't do that. If you want to leave, then leave. I'm definitely not leaving. I'm just thinking about the bigger picture. Gu Li said, if you were stronger than me and Jie Su, I wouldn't have let you go. But that's not the problem. If you stay here, you won't have as much meaning as if I'm here. But if you protect your things and find a way to escape, it doesn't matter who does it. Nian Yi clenched her fists. I'll say this one more time, I won't leave. If you want to leave, leave on your own. If I don't save Chongmo, I swear I won't rest. We will save Chongmo. Kan Kong emphasized, but Gu Li's suggestion does make sense. Nian Yi ignored him. What bullshit sense is there? In this situation, there's still a certain amount of risk if all four of us go together. Now you want me to leave? That means he's already considered the situation if we fail, that's why he's making this arrangement. But let me tell you, we can't fail to save Chongmo. Absolutely not. Then you should have some rationality. Gu Li insisted. You can't control your own actions now. Even if you go, you'll only cause trouble for us. So it's the right decision for you to take the things and leave. Kan Kong, you're the person in charge of this mission. If you give this order, he must listen. Nian Yi waved her hand. No matter who it is today, I won't listen. If you want me to calm down, I can calm down. But I definitely won't leave. Kan Kong gestured for the two to stop arguing. Arguing would only make their minds even more irrational. Both of you need to calm down. Gu Li, I know you're thinking about the bigger picture. But if you ask him to leave now, he definitely won't leave. Jie Su said, you can try to convince yourself to take the things and leave. If you can, then I'll admire you. If you can't even convince yourself, then it's even more impossible for you to convince him to leave. Gu Li fell silent as well. Just as Jie Su had said, he was trying to convince himself to leave with Arbola. However, no matter how many reasons he came up with for himself, he had 100 reasons to reject him. It seemed that Jie Su was right. If Gu Li could not convince himself, he would not be able to convince Nian Yi. Chongmo's capture had indeed caused everyone to lose their cool. Not only had it affected Nian Ye's emotions, it had also affected Gu Li's mind. He could no longer consider the problem comprehensively. Kan Kong was also in a predicament. He dared not make any rash decisions anymore. It was not that he was afraid of shouldering the responsibility, but he was worried that any problems would arise. Right now, any problem could cause them to fall into the abyss of eternal damnation. Every decision he made was as if he was treading on thin ice. This greatly affected Remnant Void's judgment. The impact of this incident on them was too great. The only person who was not affected by it was probably Jie Su himself. Jie Su thought for a long time before speaking. I think that all three of you need some time to calm down. I'll go around the Three Lotus Association and find out what's going on. Don't worry, I won't do anything rash. Out of all of us, I'm the one you should trust the most. The three of them fell silent. Jie Su was right. Under any circumstances, he would always be the calmest one. His emotions would never fluctuate too much because of anything. He would never do anything rash because he did not seem to be in the state of being rash at all. All right, off you go. Kan Kong finally agreed. You're right. All three of us need some time to calm down and think about what we need the most right now. If we can't even take care of ourselves, we can forget about saving others. Jie Su did not say anything else. He got up and left, leaving the three expressionless people sitting where they were. Gu Li tried to think of ways to clear his messy mind. Nian Yi, on the other hand, kept telling herself to calm down and face reality. Kan Kong, on the other hand, needed to let go of everything and let himself be in a completely empty state. Only then could he make the most accurate judgment. He could not let anyone affect him. All three of them needed their own space and time to make adjustments. This was one of the things that they were not as good as Jie Su. Jie Su had been like this since he was young. He seemed to only have one emotion. Happiness, anger, sorrow, and joy were all in this state. He would not forget himself because of happiness, nor would he be at a loss because of grief. This was one of Jie Su's natural advantages. He knew how to control his emotions better than anyone else. In other words, he was not naturally sensitive to emotions. He did not care about things like emotions at all. This kind of person was usually the one who reacted best when faced with a difficult situation. This was also the reason why Jesu was always assigned a mission. When faced with a difficult situation, he was another invisible commander. At times like this, even Kan Kong would give him enough support. He was the only one who could control everyone's emotions. This was not the first time they had been in such a situation. It was just that the situation this time was more serious. Therefore, they needed more time. Jesu's departure made the three of them realize that they needed to listen to Jesu's opinion. Chapter 23-29. Jesu was the least talkative among them. He had always been like this since he was young. When Jesu first came to Heaven's Eye, he was more antisocial than the others. While the others would be grateful for their new life, Jesu did not accept it. For a long time, Jesu even hoped that he would die. He did not think that coming to Heaven's Eye was a form of release. Instead, he thought that it was another form of imprisonment. That was why he still had no hope of a soul. His heart was still dark. Jie had always pretended to be himself, wrapping himself in a protective shell of his own creation. His father had said that only when he rid himself of his fears and shed his disguise could he become a real person. Before that, he could not be considered a person with a soul and thoughts. It took Jesu 3 years to walk out of his disguise. He liked his name very much. Rid himself of his fear and shed his disguise. Even so, he was still the quietest person in Heaven's Eye. He had always been that way. Although he had adapted to his role and found his soul, he could not change his personality in a short time. However, 3 years was enough for everyone to get used to his personality. No matter when, no one would ignore Jesu even if he did not speak. That was because he was always like that. He would always silently sacrifice for the people around him. Time and time again, he would finally gain everyone's recognition and trust. Now that everyone's hearts had suffered a devastating blow, Jesu once again stepped forward and helped everyone with what he was best at. It was not that Jesu was emotionless. He had been like this for so many years that he had forgotten what emotions were. He would worry about Chong Mo and Arbola's weapon. He would also be fearful of the situation they were facing. However, he would quickly digest all of that. He was a person who could purify his own soul in 3 years. Therefore, there was nothing that he could not change in a short time. Jesu was such a person. He would always be such a person. Heaven's Eye's mission was to look at the sky when things were going well. It required a lot of ingenuity. However, in times of adversity, it was up to Jesu. Everyone knew this, including Jesu himself. At times like this, he had to step forward bravely to control the situation. Even though Jesu's inner world was completely blank, he still had to grit his teeth and let everyone see hope. Only hope could change, and only change could give people hope. Everything Hypocrisy did was to let others see hope and make adjustments and changes. He needed this kind of influence to truly find hope. Hopefully, he wouldn't be able to solve it alone. He would need all of them to work together. When the brothers were of one heart, their sharpness could cut through metal. Only when everyone's strength was gathered together would they have the opportunity to break through this difficult situation. Jesu sneaked closer to the Three Lotus Association to find out if there were only those 2 experts. If there were only those 2 experts, they still had a chance. If there was a 3rd expert, it would be difficult. The 4 of them still had a chance of winning against the 2 experts. If there was another expert who was on par with them, they would have no chance of winning. The dusk sun shone on the earth, giving people a kind of golden haze. This kind of artistic conception was enough for poets to write poems and singers to compose songs. However, this didn't make Heaven's Eye's brothers feel any good. Although they had already calmed down, their hearts were still uneasy. Jesu finally rushed back. When they saw Jesu, the 3 of them didn't know why, but it was as if they suddenly saw hope. Perhaps this was just a psychological state. In reality, their situation hadn't changed at all. However, their mentality was different, and so was the way they looked at things. When faced with a situation with determination, they would be filled with anticipation and energy. Since you've all calmed down, let's not waste any more time. Jesu's aura was still very strong. On the way back, he knew that as long as he was confident enough, the others would have the same confidence. If we want to save people, now is the time. Now. Kangkong was stunned. Jesu nodded. That's right, now is the time. According to their normal thinking, if we want to save people, we'll definitely wait until nighttime. After all, people's psychological defenses are at their lowest at night. When they have this kind of awareness, it'll be more difficult for us to act at night. Why don't we act now, when they're least prepared? This made sense. Kangkong Li nodded. Now is indeed a good opportunity. They'll think that if we act during the day, we would have already done so. Since it's already dusk, they'll definitely wait until the night is quiet. A few hours won't make a difference. That's right. Jesu said, all 4 of us will go. None of us can be left behind. I've been watching them for a long time. They only have 2 powerful fighters and no third person. This is an opportunity for us. Nianyi raised her head and stared fixedly at Jesu. We're well aware of the strength of those 2. They're both powerful fighters but will have the advantage of 2 against 1. Jesu said, I don't believe that their 2 fists can stop 4 of us. We don't need anyone to take care of Chongma. According to my analysis, she shouldn't be hurt. She can take care of herself. Nianyi gritted her teeth and said, if Su Yun dares to harm even a single hair on Chongma's head, I'll tear him apart with my own hands. Kangkong, I'll leave Su Yun to you and Nianyi. Because we don't know how powerful Su Yun is, I'm not sure if you'll be able to fight him one-on-one. However, I believe that with Nianyi's help, he'll definitely not be a match for the 2 of you. Jesu said, leave the young man with the flying ape fist to Gu Li and me. We'll deal with him as soon as possible. Gu Li and Feng Luo had already exchanged blows. Although Gu Li was at a disadvantage, he was only slightly inferior. With Jesu's help, he believed that taking down the other party would not be a problem. All right, Gu Li said. He was also looking forward to his second fight with the other party. After all, this was one of the most powerful fighters he had ever encountered. It was his fortune to have the chance to encounter the flying ape fist, a fist technique that was publicly acknowledged to have disappeared. Kangkong glanced at Nianyi. None of us know how powerful Su Yun is, so the 2 of us must be cautious. We mustn't underestimate him. I know. Nianyi said, don't worry, I won't give him a chance so easily. The 4 of us have never lost to anyone. Whether it was in South America or the African grasslands, we've gone through fire and water together so many times and we've never failed. Gu Li said, I admit that I was wrong. I shouldn't have let Nianyi go. As long as the 4 of us work together, no difficulty can stop us. That's right. As long as we work together. Kangkong said, let's show them what we're capable of. Kangkong said, we, Sky's Eye, will never admit defeat. The 4 of them put their right hands together and cheered for each other. At the same time, they were also cheering for themselves. They had to hold on. If they could hold on, they would win. Kangkong said, everyone, get ready to move. This is a battle we can't lose. As long as we win, we can leave successfully. Whether it's Chong-mo or the Ebola virus weapon, we won't give up. Sky's Eye is invincible. Every one of them was confident that they could make it to the end. Because they had never failed, they had this confidence. Because of this confidence, they were able to obtain the final victory every time. No matter how difficult the conditions were, no matter what kind of difficulties they encountered, they would always win in the end. That's right, they would always win. Gu Li hid the Ebola virus weapon well. There were few people in this area, so it would not be discovered in a short period of time. He only needed to make a small mark on the tree trunk. It would be much easier to come back and look for the weapon after the deed was done. After everything was done, the four of them were ready to go. Victory was waiting for them. Lady Luck would also take care of them. This was something they firmly believed in. The four of them quickly disappeared. They were like four agile cheetahs as they dashed towards the place where their prey was gathered. They went to the place where their prey was gathered and won their final prize. Chapter 23:30. Chong Mo had been left alone in her room for an entire day. Other than breakfast and lunch, food would be sent to her. Until now, she had not heard any sound or movement from Su Yun. She had no idea what was going on. There were several times when Chong Mo opened the door, but the two people at the door did not hesitate to block her way. Every time, Chong Mo suppressed the anger in her heart. She told herself to hold it in. She had to hold it in. After a few hours, when her vital energy could flow freely, she would teach these two bastards a lesson. Just as Chong Mo was trying to force her vital energy, the door was knocked twice and then pushed open. It was the same person who sent her food. What is Su Yun trying to do? Chong Mo said angrily, "It's been an entire day. You don't even let me out. What are you trying to do? I've had enough." "I'm sorry, Mississippi. You're not a guest in the Three Lotus Association." The person who sent the food said, "It's only because our brother Yun is kind enough to give you this opportunity. Otherwise, why do you think you're sitting here? You should be treated the same as that Gu guy." At this time, Gu Ming had completely given up resisting. He did not have the capital to continue resisting. The Three Lotus Association would not starve him to death. Every day, someone would send him food and water. After being imprisoned for so many days, he had lost all his energy. Now, he was just waiting to be brought back to Hong Kong and Macau. Chong Mo snorted. "Then go tell Su Yun. If you want to capture me and keep me as a prisoner, then don't be so hypocritical." Hypocritical? Don't fail to appreciate kindness. Don't think of yourself as anything. According to our associations, miss, you should be locked up. This is all for Brother Yun's sake. Do you think it's for your sake? I don't need it. Chong Mo was furious. She directly threw all the food that was sent to the ground. She had had enough. She wanted to make some noise and let Su Yun hear it. No matter what, even if someone showed off in front of her, it was better than leaving her here alone. This feeling had already stimulated Chong Mo's nerves. When Chong Mo was first sold to the Red Group, he was locked up like this for an entire week. Other than the person who delivered his meals, no one else could see him. Within a week, Chong Mo's entire person had changed. That kind of mental imprisonment could cause a person to completely collapse or even go crazy. "You really don't want the face I gave you." Just as the man was about to say something, two muffled sounds suddenly came from outside the door. When he quickly turned around, he only saw a fist coming at his face. Then, his vision turned black, and he completely lost consciousness. Bang! Chong Mo looked at the guy who had fallen to the ground in shock. When the four familiar faces appeared in front of Chong Mo almost couldn't hold back his tears. She really didn't expect them to appear here together. However, she quickly realized a problem. The fact that the four of them could enter so easily meant that this was definitely a trap. It was a trap. "Why are you here? I'm the bait to lure you here. Are you stupid?" Chong Mo reacted very quickly. She stared at Can Kong in confusion because she believed that Can Kong would be able to see through this trap. "You shouldn't be here. Since they want to bait us, let's see if they have the ability to do so." Can Kong replied, "What kind of place haven't we gone through? Whether it's a dragon's pool, a tiger's den, or a mountain of blades and a sea of flames, we've always managed to escape alive. This time, don't tell me that we can't escape from a mere Three Lotus Association? They're looking down on us, heaven's eyes." Gu Li said, "Today, we'll show them who they shouldn't provoke." When Nian Yi saw that Chong Mo was unharmed, she calmed down. "Chong Mo, don't worry, I'll avenge you. I'll let that Su Yun know that you're our little sister. Anyone who dares to touch you will die. I believe that it's about time for them to show themselves. Jie smiled fakely. Chong-mo, take care of yourself. Charge out and look for something. Hide where you are, Gu Li's mark is there. Before Chong-mo could tell them that Su Yun had sealed her meridian points and she was no different from an ordinary person, the four of them had already left the room. Chong-mo also chased after him. The five of them had just reached the courtyard when Su Yun walked out with a smile. You know that you can't escape, so you're not even trying to escape? Hee hee. I didn't think that you'd come out to meet us without any disguise or disguise at all. This time, they were not wearing masks and had appeared with their real faces. This was probably not good news for Su Yun. Anyone who sees us will die. Kan Kong replied, that's why there's no need for us to disguise ourselves. We're here to settle this once and for all. You're too confident. Su Yun replied, I know that everyone in Heaven's Eye is powerful. I invited Chong-mo here because I wanted to see just how powerful you guys are. Don't worry, I'm not as crazy as you guys are. I won't hurt anyone for no reason. She'll be fine. Nian Yi laughed coldly. So you're saying that we should thank you? I didn't say that. Su Yun continued, don't misunderstand me. I just want to ask, how's the protection of our Bola's weapon going? Since you're here to get her, have you brought the weapon with you? Otherwise, it won't be easy to step out of this door. Then let's see what kind of power you have to stop us. Gu Li smiled. Don't hide your helper anymore. Come out. We've fought before and you've seen me before. I don't care if you're the disciple of the flying ape fist who doesn't care about worldly affairs or a dog who'll do anything for money. I'm going to settle this with you today. Feng Lu showed up as well. Su Yun had fulfilled his promise to him and he would fulfill his promise to Su Yun as well. I'm counting on you for today's matter. Kill these bastards for me. Qiao Kaiyu had endured for an entire day and finally vented all his anger. You must take back what's mine. Think about what you want me to do, you understand? This was the first time Feng Lu spoke to Qiao Kaiyu in such a manner. Shut up. Qiao Kaiyu was stunned. He wanted to say something, but he was pulled to the wall by Wu Yuandong. If you want to see them win, then shut your mouth. Okay, I'll shut up. Qiao Kaiyu wanted to get angry, but he remembered that Feng Lu wasn't by his side. If Wu Yuandong really attacked him, then he would be at a disadvantage. A wise man knows better than to fight when the odds are against him. Qiao Kaiyu wouldn't do such a stupid thing. The atmosphere at the scene was chilling. Lin Suyin had never been so nervous before. She was really worried about Su Yun. Was it really possible for the two of them to win against the four experts? Wu Yuandong was injured and couldn't help at all. The other Hall Master's strength couldn't be compared to theirs. Lin Suyin was anxious. She couldn't help Su Yun at all. If only she could take care of things on her own. Chong-mo, you go first. Gu Li said. Your mission is to protect the things we need to take away. Chong-mo gritted his teeth. I'm not leaving. If you guys don't leave, then I won't leave. Plus, I can't leave at all. Su Yun used silver needles to seal my qi. I can't circulate my qi until the time is up. Hearing this, everyone was shocked. They never thought that Su Yun would have such a trick up his sleeve. That was far too terrifying. Su Yun, how dare you use such a despicable method? How dare you lay your hands on a girl? Nian Yi roared angrily. Let's see if you're a man. Come. Fight me. As she spoke, Nian Yi made her move. Kan Kong was still unaware of Su Yun's power, so he didn't dare to let Nian Yi make any rash moves. Since Nian Yi had made her move, he had no choice but to rise into the air and attack Su Yun. When Su Yun saw the two of them charging towards him, he immediately prepared to defend himself. He wasn't worried about Nian Yi but Kan Kong, who had attacked without a word. To put it bluntly, a barking dog doesn't bite. The kind that would suddenly give you a bite without making a sound was the kind that was impossible to guard against.
Chapter 23:31. Nian Yi closed in on Su Yun with 3 consecutive attacks. All of them were aimed at his vital points. Su Yun did not parry or counterattack. Instead, he kept retreating and tolerating. It looked like he was at a disadvantage right from the start. However, in reality, Su Yun was doing this to prevent the other person from launching a surprise attack. Although Kan Kong was following closely behind, he did not act rashly. He followed closely behind Nian Yi and did not attack. Su Yun knew very well that the other party was like a lurking poisonous snake. It was fine if he did not make a move, but once he made a move, he would take his life. This guy was the one he truly needed to treat with caution. On the contrary, Nian Yi, who had a sharp and incisive attack, was not a truly ruthless character. He had already brought out all of his trump cards from the very beginning, as he was impatient for success and wanted to cut Su Yun down at his feet. Not only did he not achieve the result he wanted, he had even exposed his true strength earlier, allowing Su Yun to quickly figure out his moves. The battle had already begun. Gu Li could not help but feel an itch in his hands. I haven't had enough of the last time we fought. Let's continue today. Feng Shou was provoked. Without another word, he revealed his stance. He would not show any mercy today. He could see the other party's motive for coming here. It was 2 against 1. He could not afford to lose. More importantly, the murderous aura from the 4 of them was very strong. Feng Shou could sense that the other party had no intention of leaving them alive this time. Feng Shou could not accept this feeling. Although he had no intention of killing, if the other party wanted his life, he would not show any mercy. Gu Li did not attack. With a glance, he signaled Jie Su to quickly move behind Feng Shou. The 2 of them instantly surrounded Feng Shou. Gu Li knew Feng Shou's speed very well. Hence, he had discussed with Jie Su. The 2 of them had to attack from the front and back, one from the top and one from the bottom. They had to try their best to distract the other party so that Feng Shou's speed would be affected. If they fought normally, Gu Li did not have the confidence to gain any advantage. After all, Feng Shou's speed was a whole level higher than theirs. Moreover, Feng Shou's explosive power was shockingly terrifying. Once he hit a vital point, the damage they would have to endure was not to be underestimated. It was very likely that they would lose their lives. Do you have any shame? Bullying with numbers. When Xiao Kai saw that the other 2 had begun to surround Feng Feng, he immediately became unhappy. I've seen shameless people, but I've never seen such shameless people. If you have people, you can go too. Chong Mo glared at Xiao Kai coldly. Look carefully, do you have more people here or do we have more people? Xiao Kai was taken aback. Indeed, they had the advantage in numbers. Almost all of the 3 Lotus Association's capable fighters were present. However, these people were no match for the other party. They would only be throwing their lives away if they went up. There was no suspense. It's not that you don't have people, it's just that your people are all afraid of death. Chong Mo said without hesitation. Qiao Kaiyu's face was flushed red. He looked at Lin Suyin and Wu Yuandong and said, "Let your people go. There are so many people in your 3 Lotus Association. Are they all freeloaders? You don't even dare to stick your head out when something happens, and you still have the nerve to say that you guys are too bent?" Lin Suyin did not even look at Qiao Kaiyu. If there's anything you can do to help, Boss Qiao, keeping your mouth shut is the best help you can give them. Miss, don't deal with people who can be influenced by a little girl's words. It's lowering our IQ, Wu Yuandong said impatiently. Wu Yuandong said impatiently. Now that Feng Shou had already made his move, it wasn't something that Qiao Kaiyu could stop whenever he wanted to. Now, as long as they could defeat Heaven's Eye, they would immediately become enemies. Only the final victor would have the right to obtain Arbola. Of course, there was still a battle between them, but it did not matter if they fell out now. Qiao Kaiyu glared at the 2 of them angrily, but he could not say a word. He knew very well in his heart that they would soon become strangers. Su Yun was still retreating. Although he seemed to be at a disadvantage, he was not losing by much. Feng Feng, on the other hand,
had fallen into a bitter battle with the two. Feng Feng, who was attacked from both sides, relied on his superhuman speed to deal with the two's strong attacks. Gu Li's fierce attacks and Jie Su's gentle attacks complemented each other, making it very difficult for Feng Feng to deal with them. Although on the surface, Feng Feng did not seem to be at a disadvantage, and was even coping better than Su Yun, in reality, that was not the case. The two's attacks were rapidly depleting Feng Feng's stamina. This caused Feng Feng to expend a lot of stamina, and this kind of consumption would cause him to fall into exhaustion in a short period of time. The flying Sarutobi fist was all about explosive power. If one did not have enough stamina to rely on and back it up, there was no guarantee of explosive power. Therefore, Feng Feng's current situation was not as optimistic as it seemed. Feng Feng also realized the situation he was in. He wanted to get out of this situation as soon as possible, but Gu Li and Jie Su did not give him the chance to do so. They always maintained a formation with one at the front and one at the back. Unless Feng Feng used Su Yun's method of retreating from the beginning, he would not be able to guarantee that he would not be attacked from both sides. Once he fell into a positional battle, it would be impossible to change the situation. Su Yun's situation was much better than Feng Feng's. At least he maintained his stamina and did not fall into a bitter struggle. Su Yun was waiting for an opportunity. Waiting for a suitable opportunity, he would be able to make his move. As long as he could deal with one of the two, he would be able to control the situation. This was something that Su Yun needed to be calm and patient to be able to deal with. The only person who had the same patience as Su Yun was Can Kong. He was also waiting for a chance to kill in one strike. However, Su Yun was simply too cautious. He was so cautious that he could not find a suitable opportunity. Both of them knew very well what was the best way to deal a fatal blow. Lin Suyin had been sweating profusely for Su Yun. She did not understand why Su Yun kept retreating. Su Yun seemed to have been forced into a corner by one of his opponents. If the other person were to attack, he would lose completely. Yang Qi was also worried for Su Yun. He could not lose, he definitely could not lose. The current situation was like this. Su Yun's situation made people anxious, but he was not in any danger. Feng Feng's situation seemed to be on par with the other two, but he could be in fatal danger at any time. Nian Ye's attacks were becoming more and more chaotic because she could not hurt Su Yun. Su Yun knew that his chance would come soon. Focus. Don't lose your footing. Can Kong saw through Su Yun's intentions and quickly reminded Nian Yi to adjust her attacks. However, Nian Ye's eyes were bloodshot and he wanted to use his next attack to kill Su Yun. Under such circumstances, Su Yun could find an opening at any time. How could Can Kong not be anxious? Finally, Su Yun's chance had arrived. When Nian Ye's all-out attack had failed, he was so enraged that he did not leave any defensive preparations for himself. He faced Su Yun head-on and used the silver snake leaves its hole. This attack may have been swift and deadly, but Nian Yi, who was in the air, had no way of defending himself. It could be said that the back of his neck was exposed to the air. As long as the other party was sharp enough to notice this, he could dodge this fatal attack and use the silver snake strike 7 inches, and Nian Yi would lose his ability to fight. After all, the back of a person's neck was a very weak spot. Many martial cultivators' lifeline and weakness was located there. Nian Yi did not listen to Can Kong's advice and made the wrong choice. Su Yun was sharp enough to notice this as well. Just as Nian Ye's weakness was exposed, Su Yun chose to switch from defense to offense. He used his left hand to summon the Cloud Hand to neutralize Nian Ye's deadly attack. His right elbow then aimed for the back of Nian Ye's neck. At this moment, Can Kong finally made his move. He did not have the chance to attack. All he could do was grab Nian Ye's ankle, which was still suspended in the air, and pull it back fiercely. He then borrowed the force of the attack and flung Nian Yi out of the way. Su Yun's fatal elbow strike was also reduced to nothing in an instant. Even though Nian Yi looked as if she had been flung out of the way by Can Kong, the truth was that Can Kong had saved Nian Ye's life. If Su Yun's attack had hit Nian Yi would have lost consciousness and the ability to fight. In the worst-case scenario, She might even lose her life. Nian Yi, who had been flung out of the way by Can Kong, regained her balance and landed on the ground. Her heart was still filled with lingering fear. If Can Kong had not reacted in time, the consequences would have been unthinkable. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.